background too loud? Just right? Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
I just saw Rebecca trying to get in, but it said she couldn't get in for some reason. So let's see if we can get in here. How are you?
I am wonderful. I was sitting there, I was like, oh my God, I'm about to go have a play date with my most favorite people in the world.
You look so
and I was
pretty.
like, fuck yeah. Thank you. I got pretty for you. That's my wink.
Thank you. And I'm here like in a t-shirt and everything, but that's
no, I literally
attire.
no look,
Right,
I'm like in a tank top. It's literally my hair's in a ponytail.
I love
and I
it.
put lipstick on. Yeah, that's it.
Can somebody in here? She can't go live for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Oh, hold on. There she is. There she is. I was like, it also, we always have some sort of chaos. I was so worried.
Goodness.
Were you on two things? Were you on two devices?
I was on two devices. My internet is horrible. So
that will do it.
I had to get on my phone and use cellular data instead of my iPad.
Like a peasant.
I know, like some kind of, and it's like leaned up against my iPad, so it's just like mocking me right now. Just like,
yeah, I was like, ugh. Ooh, cellular data. Ooh,
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, this is.
I have AT&T fiber. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't know if we're classy enough to. Are we classy enough to host this? I don't know.
I know. Mine came with the apartment, so it means it's like I'm sharing it with.
That's right.
That means you're smarter than I am. Yeah, I like that. I appreciate that. Yeah.
I wish, because every day it's like, oh, reminder that you're sharing it with everybody. Something. I have no idea. They're just like, pay this, we got you with the internet.
And they just sprinkle it out there. Just like,
here you go.
Here's your internet offerings for today.
It's bad. It's bad. But I'm not to leave.
I have 3 children in here, and everything in this house is on Wi-Fi. I very much feel like I live in an apartment complex, right? I'm surprised this is actually working with them on the iPad and somebody's TV going and like Amazon Alexa doing something. My shit is getting sprinkled out here too. Trust me.
That's what you froze for like a second while you were saying that.
See?
Like as you were explaining that, froze.
Like,
you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, it's letting you know how trashy my shit is too.
That's the standard, right? Well, just like we know what it is. When Desiree and I first talked, like we went on for way too long to the point where the internet was like, my internet was like,
yeah,
you're done.
We're done.
Like,
you talked enough.
No FaceTime, no nothing. We tried all the nothing.
Yeah, FaceTime even shut us down because we were like, okay, well, we're gonna go FaceTime, and then I was like, damn, even this is not. They were like, no, get off, stop. What are you gonna talk about?
You're done. It's been like 4 hours. You're done.
You are done. You are done.
Yeah.
Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
It is Saturday.
I'm so glad to have you here. Like, it's exciting. This is very exciting. Rebecca told me about the conversation that you guys had, and we've been like in each other's periphery, but we haven't really gotten a chance to like really interact beyond like liking each other's content, sharing each other's content. And this is super exciting for me because, I mean, it's no secret that this is a plan. This is part of a big step for whatever's next, and building out the network and the community. I don't even like the word network. That's corporate speak. Building out a community. I corrected it. I caught it.
Yeah, I know. But you know, you've seen
her little speech is so perfect. It's little shit like that I'm like, you're right. Actually said nothing. Just alerted me to the fact that I used that gross word. But building out community and getting to find like obviously more like-minded people that educate. Like I said in the video talking about this, especially finding people that just do things in a different way. Like all 3 of us here, we talk about this all the time. You, Rebecca, and I do about how our approach is different, but the bottom line is the same. And I think what's also beautiful too is that because our bottom line or our end goal is the same, even when our approaches maybe shift amongst us, you know, like where somebody might just torque us off so far that we're even like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm coming out of my own character right now, right? we know that we have
that's
that
my character to curse somebody out. No, fuck them. That's my character. Like, so no. You
so
just
it's
want
actually
to get
give them.
yeah.
okay,
No, that is
we get
where
into
we start.
character. We get into character. That reminds me of a quick funny story. When we were out in California, this is a bigger story, but there was somebody that just set me off like to no end.
Right.
And so when we were with Susie, and she's like, I just felt like that you were just maybe like a little bit too nice, but still wonderful. And then she heard me talk in person. And I was like, no.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
We're all just
no.
human.
I really love how you do it, right? Because it's no holds bar. I don't think that you're nice. I think that you're very kind. I think that you're very direct, and it doesn't take all of that. I think that I'm very much from the streets of the South Bronx, and I don't know where you got me fucked up at, but let me fix that for you. Like, and that's my immediate go-to. Like, immediate. I talk to my children that way. Okay, like, so I'm definitely
as you should
going to. I do, right? Like the 3-year-old will tell me you got me fucked up, and I'm like, oh, you 3, you got me fucked up. Like we are arguing with each other, right? It's insane. My children are feral. So yeah, I really do love that all 3 of us we're doing the same work, working towards liberation. We're anti-oppression, right? Like it's not just like we're only focused on issues that impact Black bodies. Like no, completely intersectional, completely about liberation, completely, at different scales of identities, be it like, sexual identity. Like, do you use your name on these lives, White Woman Whisperer?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I was like, wait, because when I first inboxed, I was like,
I'm figuring it out. But yeah.
Okay, I was like, I don't know your name, Rebecca. And I'm like, this is so weird. Parasocial relationships. Anywho, right? Like we're mixed, but she's Jewish. There's a whole different kind of, so I think that the diversity that gets shown, though we're all Black women, right? Like that's all these different identities that exist and all these different approaches. And I think that having that space, especially on TikTok, and then seeing us all working together in concert with each other, not making a competition, I think that in and of itself disrupts white supremacy.
Yep.
Yes.
That right there.
Just that
right there.
1000%.
That's perfect.
Simply just that.
It didn't exist before. Like there was no room for it. It doesn't go with it. We're supposed to be like, especially Black women.
Right.
So that's why it just feels like, are we doing something not wrong? Because it feels so right. But it's like, are we doing something that has never before? And
no, we're doing something that wasn't, whiteness disrupts things. Like, that's the energy. It's disruptive.
Right.
It's disruptive.
This has been happening.
People be minding their own business.
Right.
Yeah, this is always it. What we're doing is disrupting the disruption, right? Like that's the dismantling portion of it. It's like, no, this is not how it always was. And people come into that alignment and like, oh, but that's just nature of the beast. I'm not a fucking beast. I'm a human being. I don't know what you're talking about. Like that sounds crazy. What you just said. Like I'm not an animal. Like, oh, it's kill or be killed. Yeah, because white people.
Right.
That's y'all. Dog eat dog. All that stuff. That's you.
Unpack all of that shit.
That wasn't forever.
No, it wasn't.
Just be like, well, what you gonna do?
They've been colonized longer than us. So they've come into alignment with it, right? Because this is thousands of years of their colonization. And like, so they've just like, that's why they have the get over it attitude, right? Like, I'm like, I try to remind Black people, it's not that they don't care about us. They don't care about themselves. They'll eat their own. So like us, it's nothing.
Right. So we're not even like, we're less than an afterthought. Yeah.
Right.
I think it's really, like, go ahead.
No, I was like, it was the shrug. It was attitude. It's like, that's the attitude to it. It's not like, it's not even actively not liking us or actively not caring about what's happening to us. They are indifferent and obtuse because they're so stuck in their own trauma, right? It's like if you're getting your ass beat in your house, you're not worried about the person next door that's also suffering like that, right? You're like, that's fucked up for them. But you know what? I got to survive coming home. So best of luck.
I mean, you just showed up with like this all Like my brain is cracked right now, but it's true because we think about this, like think of the platitudes that are given to us by white people. It's all these survival tactic things, like you said, the nature of the beast. It's just how things are. It's things we don't think that way. We've been trained to think that way or socialized to think that way. And I love that. Like I've never put the words to it, like you just said, how white people disrupt what has been working. Because and it's just that's the nature. They come in, like we take it all the way back, like you said, colonization came over here, was like saw a functioning group of people that were just fine and said, you know what? Fuck what y'all been doing. I've got
not all of this shit off the table. Knock it all up.
Even individually, a baby is born, right? And they're just growing and being, and then whiteness comes in and is like, okay, you're depending on what you are good or bad, or the parent has come in,
or even gender.
Yes.
Construct too. You have a penis, you're a boy. That's a white man's construct. Like exactly. that is all of this is disruption. I had a podcast way back when, and I was like, because my kids are usually around me, right? And my son is a whole fucking wild ass. He's like, he is like testosterone on 37. You know what I'm saying? Like square to the 8th power. I don't know what the fuck, but that's what it is. And I was like, I do everything through energy work, right? Like, and my spiciness is like, I visualize things, right? Like you say something and it becomes like a movie playing out. And for me, the interruption or the disruption or the energy of whiteness, and remember, whiteness as the creation, because then you're like Romania and Ireland, those are Irish and Romanian. That's exactly why you made the fucking distinction. Like,
right.
So like, I mean, whiteness as a creation, as a race, the energy of it. I was like, right now, here we are having a lovely chat in Portia's house. Thank you guys. My son would walk in here. He would kick the door open. He doesn't give a fuck about a boundary. He would kick the door open with his Nerf gun, shoot me in the face, run, tuck and roll, throw water on me, and be like, what? I was just playing with you. And that to me is white people's energy. Like, I am minding my business.
And then they're just like, what? You don't like fun?
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? Then they want to teach me now if I get up and I knock him on his ass, because I'm not a child hitter, right?
Right.
But I do let my children know I will defend myself. Like, we're not playing. We're going to slap mom. You hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Hey, talk shit, get hit. I grew up different. Like, feel how you want to feel about it. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't use physical punishment with children, right? We talk. We're equals in here. I call them tiny humans. Let's talk about this. Let's, it's like my personal brand of hood gentle parenting. And like, but if I then get up and I like grab his ass and be like, like, look at me. Now he's falling apart. Now he's the victim, but you just kicked open my door, shot me in my fucking face, threw water on me, disrupted. Now that's not only me. This is disrupting Rebecca. This is disrupting Portia. There's 197 people watching. Like, you're going to post this somewhere else. So now those other people are going to experience the disruption from this one little shithead who decided that what they needed in that moment was more important than everything else. And that is the energy of whiteness. That's it. So we done. Bye. See y'all later.
I mean, at that point,
we fixed it.
Like, so if that clear-cut explanation does not make sense to anybody listening, I don't know. And like, I thought I said something when I was like, you antagonize us when you put box braids in your hair and you come show it off. But that, like, and I'm not saying that, but that it's the same thing. It's this, they come to us. You find us, right? They find us. We are fine. Like, the decision was made when we were brought here against our will, when we didn't ask to be here. Like you said, Rebecca, threw us in a boat like it was some timeshare meeting and got over here. It's like, just kidding. You're going to be dehumanized. But when you brought us here, so again, you came to us. You came and disrupted what we were doing. We had everything we needed there. Brought us to your bullshit.
Everything.
And then we're like, hey, we brought you here, but we don't actually have anything. So can you then build it? And then while you build it, we're not actually going to pay you and probably not feed you.
And let's go even further into that. Let's go even further.
Yes.
So we had everything that we needed there in Africa, which, by the way, is still being exploited and still yielding. That's how much abundance we come from genetically and energetically. It's 2022. And even with the grave exploitation that white countries are doing, that country is still yielding people, yielding resources, yielding us, yielding this undying energy. We are ancient. That energy is undying and so full of abundance, you can't even tap it out. So let's just think about that energetically, right?
Yeah.
Then you came over here, they came over here, murdered, made sick, all of the indigenous who already knew how to farm the lands. This is what I mean about disruption. So like, really, like they could have come and settled. Like, I believe their story of persecution because Catholics, I grew up Catholic. I grew up Irish Catholic. That's a whole ethno-religion. And it's insane. So like, it's like the original colonizer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like, they could have come here, and the Puritans did need to leave. Like, I will not take away the Protestants' plight. They needed to go because the Catholics were ruthless and violent and run by the Roman army. They could have settled. But that's what I mean, right? It needs to disrupt. It couldn't just come here and be like, hey, man, we got to get away from there. Some people is tripping.
Right.
Okay. And the indigenous here would have done that, but they're disruptive and violent. That's it.
That's it. Like, there's no reason why, coexisting isn't a possibility. It was never presented, right? It was never presented to us because white people don't understand the concept of that coexisting. It's all the ownership. It is all the mine. But I don't actually know what to do with what is I'm now claiming mine. So I'm going to make other people do it for me, but it's still mine. It's still mine. You're going to build this. You're going to create this. You're going to design this, but it's mine. And everything is mine. And it's again what we talk about. Like if we were to take what we have away and watch this shit crumble in 3.2 seconds, it would be, I'm not even going to lie, it'd be kind of funny to watch because, listen, I am who I am. But it's that thing, like, again, they show up and they confront and disrupt instead of just showing up. It's even in things like this right now where watching the comments and, again, the moderators, and I see them going over and over again, but that thought process of saying, like, you don't have to talk right now. Like, you can just come here and listen, but you don't have to show up in this way that has you a focus or has you being the one that everybody has to pay attention or has you being a primary. And that's like, this is like, it's mulling, like it's just in my head. That's the best way to describe it. That disruption thing is perfect.
Me, I think I just had something click. And I think, you know, we all have our skill sets and I love being like, I keep preaching this thing that I think that there's like 3 legs to something, to this like change, right? Indigenous people who are here should tell us what to do with the environment and tell us what to do with this land and how to work it. They have all of the reason and the time on the land with the reason and didn't impose something else, right? I think Black people should be in charge of the systems, the people systems, because we're actually people who know ourselves as people, and so that we just know how to organize, right? And I do think that the Asian sphere, right, who has had the spices and the nutritional understanding for this whole time, hasn't had it kind of restricted from them, to be focused on food and nutrition and what we can do with what grows from the ground and how to kind of best work with what we have, right? But and then I felt like part of me, like, that was it, right? I was like, you know what white people have? You know what they do have? And I'll give it a positive spin. And I used to say it was like arrogance backed by paperwork. But I'm going to have a positive spin, right? It's not even that. It's confidence. Because in order to just leave, right, and just settle, confidence. You got to have confidence.
Right.
That is not confidence, honey.
I know, but I'm just gonna call it this. I'm gonna call
audacity.
Of course, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna, you know, if we're gonna
carry on. You're being nice. I forgot. Confidence.
You know, confidence and creative writing. It just became something really disgusting because they have zero conflict resolution skills, and instead rested for hundreds of years on. Now it's become audacity. It was, you know, it started as something good. They wanted to explore, but now you're overconfident. You think you have the answers because you found one thing. You didn't discover it. You think you found it because you ventured, and like it just got totally distorted. But the creative writing comes into play because you just go, okay, how do we want it to sound? And then they write on their little paper what it was or what it is, and they go, well, look, and we're confident, and this is what it is. Done. I don't want to hear anything else. And when you confront them, zero conflict resolution skills, they dip and they're aggressive, either or. If you can't dip, they're going to cry and draw attention to disrupt it, distract you, or they're going to be like, peace out, I'm going to a whole nother continent so I can run that shit and never have to deal. You know, no acknowledgement and acceptance of possibly being wrong. There's none there's none of that.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's part of those pillars of white supremacy, right? Like they're never going, it's that defensiveness. It's
overconfidence.
Their right to fucking comfort, their fear of open conflict, all of those things happen underneath white supremacy. I'm listening to you and I want to come into alignment with what you're saying. So I'm going to be honest, is I have to sit with it because I think that you delivered that really nicely. And I just don't align with that. I don't, but I'm going to sit with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit with it.
No, this is definitely the whisper part. It's like I'll say this, but I hope that they take this and it sits and then eventually they're the one to say, you know what actually it is. Because if
I hear you.
Because if I say,
but you see, like you see what I'm struggling with right here, Rebecca.
Oh, of course. Should
like you see, you know what's happening right here. Listen, you know how like monoracially Black people are like, I bet she had a white mama. What I'm struggling with right now is the white mama. I want to disrupt that shit that you just said. But I'm gonna sit with it. I'm gonna pause. I'm going to, and I'm gonna let it integrate.
There are things that I'm realizing in this that should not be right and should not work, but how perverted it's been for hundreds of years, you can't, the truth doesn't automatically work on everybody, right? And if we're three of us are sitting and talking, we're having a different conversation. I'm saying, I'm saying murder, I'm saying slaughter, I understand, you know? My hope is that I see, like, I'm giving you, it's almost like I'm using their tactic, right? I'm going to give you a little bit, a benefit of the doubt of something so that you can also, you know, something positive so that they can go, no, I only got it for $2, right? And they start with this, and it's like, well, no, so I hope they hear it as I'm being overly nice. I am giving you, and I love that. Because
I love that. And like I said, I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to shut up. You know, I'll be talking again, but I'm going to shut up because I do need to sit with it. And I think that that's the beautiful part though, right? Like that's the reason why all three of us are here is like, because it is something, I'm not trying to convince you. I just want to be honest, right? Like part of this also is taking that accountability. I want to be honest that what you're saying does not fucking resonate at all. But I'm also aware that when we're talking very specifically, when we're mixed people, right? Like, because even you being a mixed person, you're a Jewish mixed person. So you're marginalized twice.
Yeah.
Like, right? Even if that white person was a white person, they were a Jewish white person. So that's another marginalization. My mother was white, just white. Like that, like she's Irish, so she held on to that culture. But that doesn't mean that she does not get to navigate this world as just a white person. So I recognize where I think I know every fucking thing steps in, and I'm like, no, let me disrupt you. You're fucking wrong, and let me tell you how to do it. So I'm owning that and saying I'm gonna shut the fuck up. It does not resonate with me. And this is a white woman thing to do, right? Like I very much, like a lot of the things that I follow and why I started following you initially is because the white woman in me gets activated, right? Like I'm very, and like the biracial thing, which does not fucking exist. If you're biracial and you're listening to me, it's not real. Okay. Anywho, but that mixed shit, when I talk about if you've been socialized, I'm very specific. If you've been socialized to be a white woman, understand that even if you present as a Black person, if you had a white mama, you were socialized to be a white woman.
Yeah.
And I was socialized to be a white woman.
Yeah.
So like, I'm super aware that what's activating in me right now is a lot of whiteness. So I'm saying I'm going to own that. I'm going to go grab me some water because I'm feeling hot. Like, that's how much it's bothering me. And I need to motherfucking really settle that in and take my own accountability. That's it. That's it.
I love what just happened here. Like, so the exchange here, I love the conversation that just happened here. I love it because, again, it's those different viewpoints. The fact that, Desiree, you explaining it, that what's activated in you is a white woman in you. I think that's a beautiful thing to hear, especially like from the view of a biracial woman, right? That's just a lens that I'm not going to have. But it also ties in a conversation, Rebecca, like you and I were having about being able to have these conversations like this, where I can promise you that if anybody were to watch this outside of this view right here, right? If we were like, let's say at a cafe, at a table, and we had this conversation and they watched the language, a white person watching this, they would see conflict. They would have watched it and they would have seen Rebecca explaining what she was explaining. They would have seen you being activated in a way that's just, you're recognizing it within yourself. But also there's this concept, like you said, Rebecca, without conflict resolution, white people see conflict and think it's always going to be outward, that it's always going to be something that has to be handled in a big, bad way for everybody to see and for everybody to be affected by, as opposed to where you can just recognize something within yourself and it's still conflict, but it's internal conflict and you didn't make anybody else's problem. You discussed it and for the sake of the conversation of saying like, hey, this is how I'm feeling, blah, 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 blah. And we're ready to keep it pushing. But again, that's the difference in learning how.
And they don't have that because when you're talking about dismantling it, when you look at those pillars of white supremacy and you look at fear of open conflict, this is why they get their gatekeeper, peacekeeper thing, right? Because what it is the fear of open conflict is it creates conflict avoidance. You know what, Becca? I think you're right. And like, I don't, right? Like, or Desiree, I think you're right. And you don't. And it's like, okay, well, you know what? I'll just concede or I'll just shut up. And when white people come into alignment with how white supremacy impacts their white bodies, they'll recognize their own trauma. Because too many white people are stepping up like, how can I help the Negroes?
Right.
It's a fucking PTA meeting for them, right? Like, it's oh my God.
That is the thing.
Get
right
your
now.
pink pussy hat. We're going to save the blacks.
How are we going to help you? How can we help you?
No, how can you help you, bitch? We're free. Like, you are actually disrupting us.
There it is.
Be better. Like, be better. Be better inside. Be better up here. Be better, and then I'll be fine. Like, don't help.
And unfortunately, for them, conflict, to Portia's point is, conflict does look like that because whiteness is exclusionary and insular and is only created to hoard resources. So if you step out of line in whatever way that they want you to be in line, if you step out of line as far as your gender, if you step out of line as far as your financial level, all of the things that you see inside of supremacy, if you fall out of line in your religion, whatever the fuck bullshit creations they made, because I can't go through all of their crazy and this live, but like all of the constructs that they created, if you step out of line with that, you get excommunicated, right? Like, oh, you better stay married even if he's beating you, or you get pushed out of the church. And they force church to be the crux of their community, right? Black people, we got cookouts. That's why they want to be at the cookouts, because we don't need God to get together. Like, we need food. You got some food? I'm coming. You got some cards? I'm on my way, fam. What you doing? And like, so we get this community that happens outside of it, and they hold on so tight because of this need. So like, they don't want the conflict, because if I, like right now, I feel confident that we're still friends. We still respect each other's viewpoints, right? But like, white women will shut the fuck up and just like, okay, you're right, Rebecca, and like internalize. And they've been doing this for generations and generations and generations, holding and holding and holding in the white community. Then they take that, remember, I'm energy. Then they take that ball and Yugi your ass in everybody else's fucking community where they have power. Like, poof. And I'm like, I didn't do that to you. You know who did that to you? Your mother, who didn't give a fuck about you for 5 generations and told you to shut up and deal with it, so you wouldn't lose your fucking house or your schooling or whatever resource that they wanted to hoard, so other people wouldn't have access for and protect for you. Like, heal that shit and leave us alone. That's right. There we go. That's it.
No,
that's pretty much right.
I would, so obviously getting to learn about learning more about you and becoming friends with you now. I've been looking at your work and what you do and everything, and I love the fact that you talk and teach from the space of energy and the energy that's held. Because tying that in with like the emotional trauma that or the residual trauma that Rebecca talks about and how much we hold on to. And again, it's something that we recognize, and we being Black people, especially Black people, Indigenous people, other people of color, recognizing that we know what that looks like to hold on to, and we know what it looks like if we spread it out responsibly. Hi, Sunny. And so with that lack of conflict resolution and not knowing how to handle those feelings when they're in like that, and then like you said, they shrink away, right? So we'll say something, a piece of education, we see it in our comments like, well, I see I'm not welcome here, so I'm going to leave. Nobody said that, sweetheart. You just didn't like what you heard, right? It's also that like you can leave, but nobody kicked you. I love that that's your reaction. Nobody kicked you out, but that's
I love the level of white woman that like I'm telling you,
that's what it is.
You click something in here because I'm like, yes, we both have white moms, but you got a Christmas white and I got the poor Jewish white. I call Christmas whites, Christmas white. And so it's just different. And you are triggered so much faster. And then I'm triggered faster. Of course, it's so cool.
It's because I recognize my sense of entitlement, right? Like, and it's crazy because like I'm poor white too, like, you know, but the very much I like watch the Tragic Mulattoes on here, and I'm like, God, that's that. I hope that they find some integration again, like that energy, right? Like I feel super fucking confident talking about Black issues this way I feel talking about Irish issues. Like my Blackness does not bar me from my Irishness. It does bar me from whiteness. And that's okay, because that's the creation of race. I don't want to be white anyway. It's a lack of culture. That shit is whack. Right. So I'm okay with that. But yes, my activation level definitely comes from like, one, being from the Bronx, being Irish and short-tempered anyway. And like I do have a lot of white woman entitlement. A lot. Like a ton of that shit. A ton. I had to unpack. I had to unpack. But you also 10 years ago, nobody would like me. 10 years ago, I'd be the white lady. I'd be kicking off your shit. You be muting me for 30 days. Like, shut up. Stop fucking talking. I'd be like, but what do you mean? That's not true. My grandparents came from Ireland. I swear to God. Yeah.
It's the amount of deconstruction.
Maybe not 10.
Like that deconstruction, like deconstructing and like it's a concept, like it's something that I'm not going to ever have an insight on. And I recognize that, but watching it and learning from it is phenomenal because like this, like you said, these are, you have very different backgrounds. So you have very different activation points and activation levels and what will get you there, what won't get you there. And so I'm like in heaven right now because I love having more viewpoints added, like more thought points added. And I love having, again, thoughts outside of mine. So this is fantastic. I love this. And I think that if we're thinking about how quickly, I guess we can say, or how the tempo in which your white woman is activated, how you described it, I think that also helps with the audience that you reach out to, though. They're recognizing something in you that they're not going to recognize in a monoracial Black woman.
Yeah. So for me, this is the burden of my privilege, right? Because we always talk about white privilege. Like, oh, well, you're privileged to do this. One, I think that shit is over fucking rated. Privilege is literally, you get the benefit of the doubt and Black people get assumed the worst, right? So work that out. Like, I'm not going to sit here and try to fucking pinpoint, yeah, we know you're poor. I grew up white and poor too. My mama had a trailer in fucking New Hampshire. Right. She still would get the benefit of the doubt. Like, right? Like, you wouldn't think she was a trailer park white, right? If she put on clean enough clothes, you would not think she's a trailer park white. Right. But like Jay-Z said, still nigga. So like miss me with that whole, like, that's the benefit of doubt and assume the worst. And I'm not about to waste my time explaining privilege to people that want to argue with me. I also don't argue with people that needed a 400-year head start and still losing. So like they miss me with that every time. So all of that being said, my activation point is
you said a 400-year start and still losing. We're not gonna slide past that. You said that you were not going to argue with people that had a 400-year head start and are still losing. You know what? We can shut shit down right now. That is all I needed to hear.
I'm not dealing with you.
I'm not doing it. Not doing it. I won't. Yeah. So my activation, I come on activated. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on 10 when I get on here. And so my thing is like, I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything, right? Like, if it doesn't resonate, that's why, like, with the whole, like, when you said bye, like, we need to hurry this up, right? Like James Baldwin energy. It took my grandfather's time and my father's time and my mother's time and my time. How much of your time? So I am not sitting here trying to convince white people to heal. In the words of Jesus, the Black revolutionary himself, those who have ears, let them hear. And that's it.
How have I not, like, how has this never happened?
It happens when it's supposed to happen. Look, it's Sunday. It's Mother's Day tomorrow. Oh, look who gave me the crown. Hey, thank you, turn up. I start acting.
It's fascinating, but I don't know. I just want you to talk some more. I just want you to talk some more. Like, let me ask an actual question. I'm not stuck on words often. I think everybody here knows that I usually have words pretty well. And right now I'm stuck on stupid because I'm still chuckling about the 400-year head start. So what can you tell us, for anybody here who's not a part of your classes that you offer or who doesn't follow you already, and if you don't and you haven't started already, what are you doing? We've been here for 37 minutes. Can you tell us what you do?
I was like, how should she time? I'm 37.
I love you shit so professionally.
Sorry.
What you say?
Sorry. Sorry. Rebecca's like, how did you know we've been here for 37 minutes?
Desiree hit me, and then I don't know. I thought she was like a counter. I'm like, oh God, it's 1:37. My brain is just all right. Sorry. Okay.
I was like, I try to tell people I talk shit for a living, and everybody keeps asking me like about classes, about courses. I do have an online healing community, right? And it's donation based at this time, and it's going to stay that way because I struggled with like breaking capitalism and like still needing to fucking keep my lights on. I'm like, if we're not going to disrupt these systems, for me, this is not for everybody because I also have privilege in the fact that my house is paid off, right? Because like people will turn around and be like, well, Desiree doesn't charge for her community, but so-and-so, Desiree doesn't have a mortgage, okay? Like, so there's a lot of privilege in that in and of itself, right? Like there's that peace of mind that I will not be homeless as long as I can come up with my yearly taxes. The rest of these bills, they be on payment plans and I'm gonna die with that light bill. You know what I'm saying, fam? So whatever. So like, and being poor is not new to me, right? Like I grew up that way. So I don't feel stressed about it. So the community is donation based and it has other leaders that are within the community doing the groups because I don't like to be the end all be all. I don't want that kind of stress. And we are doing classes. I'm gonna do it like classes because like to actually like make a course and like for me what the work that we all do, it's invaluable, right? Like how much can I charge for the class? It depends, right? I'm a business major at first, right? So like the market rate depends, right? I could take it to corporate and sell it for $10,000. Is it really going to integrate though, right? Like energetic,
right?
Are they going to just like leave this class and be like, I'm an anti-racist? Certified anti-racist by Makeshift Happen Community.
Right. That's like my fear. That's my fear is that someone see something I do or see something and be like, I win.
Yeah.
I am now done. And use my name?
No.
Right.
No.
So like I'm not really doing it like that. So yeah. Like join, like come to the community. It's on my website, DesireeBStevens.com. It's there. And then what I like about it being donation based is one, you should give what you can. If you can afford to support the work that I'm doing at a higher level, like, oh, you know what? I could throw $300 a month at Shorty. You give it, right? Like, because if you give from your capacity and I'm giving from my capacity, again, back to that energetic exchange, you're literally, then we're both giving equally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're not making money the intercessory, because there are people that really could use all of that, what we're doing, what I'm doing, what you guys are doing, that really just can't. Even a $5 a month commitment.
Right.
I remember when a $5 a month commitment would break me.
Yep. Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. And that's a good a message everybody in here, because a lot of people will say, well, the labor isn't free. And you know what? You're right. It's not. And Desiree, I like the way that you say that. That exchange allows it to make it accessible for everybody else. So for the people that can do it, and let's keep it a stack here right now. If you can give those big dollars and you really believe in the education that Desiree is providing, then give those big dollars to Desiree. If you can add a couple zeros, then do it. And this is, again, you're backing up what you say by saying education shouldn't be free. You're backing up by what you say by saying that you want this to be accessible for everybody. You're backing up by what you say by saying, I want to see change. If somebody has, and this is going to be the same argument for people that are like, Elon Musk bought Twitter, what he could do with that money. Cool. If you got an extra $1,000, say $1,000 sitting around, and I'm not minding anybody's finances, that's not my business, but it goes along with, if you have all of that to say about what should be done, and then you have the means to help out to make that happen, make it happen. Like it's a 1 + 1 = 2 thing. Like, quit doing half the math problem, right? Like, again, that's that weird group project energy.
Yeah. And blaming it elsewhere. Like I am one of those people, like, again, back to energy and spells and language. We the people should mean something. And it's like, you borderline can't say that, right? Now you're a fucking conservative Republican right winger and like you hate everybody. And I'm like, right. No, when you really think about that, like when you like, you know, some people like watch Hamilton, should be inspiring to you. Like thinking about like what those smaller people, this idea of what it should have started as, right? Mm-hmm. And then just like, that's what we could be doing now. Right? Like we could make those things matter, right? Like literally, like we the people, right? Like if you do have the 10, the 20, join somebody's Patreon, you know what I'm saying? Send Rebecca the coffee, or like subscribe to the newsletter. Like these things are so simple to really change. And like branching out, I loved watching you guys on holiday, just like meeting another person, like getting them to 1 million. That's mutual aid. Right? Like, because maybe I can't give Sugia this, but like, hey, I gave her a follow, right? Like, which will allow her more reach, which will then allow for corporate sponsorships or something else. Like, these things matter, but like that, what are the liberal feminists? Oh, God, that's a whole other fucking conversation. Weaponized incompetence.
There it is. That's what it is. That's where it is.
Oh, they hate men. But they literally do the same thing.
The same
like,
thing.
Oh my God, what are we going to do unless we're billionaires? Like, no,
it's
no.
So sad. I don't know. I'm scared.
Everything.
We could literally
do something.
Mutual aid could be happening. How many people do you have, Portia, following you? 128,000?
Let's run at 129.
129. Rebecca's at 200 something. I'm at 30,000. Imagine if all of those followers gave $1.
$1.
Right.
1 month. Even just for 1 month. 1 month.
But without us asking that's killing. Without us asking.
Yeah, because I hate that. It feels so yuck.
Exactly. And those who have been marginalized and financially traumatized are not going to be the first ones to be like, hey, give me money.
No.
But we probably are the first ones that could use it or use it properly. But I'm so uncomfortable. I am so uncomfortable asking because of generational trauma. And I'm an immigrant's daughter and also, you know, the poor Jewish person. And it's just not. But the mutual aid part, like you could have a small long-term impact here. You could be a member of our community literally. And then $5 is huge, but $500 is great.
Yeah.
And will allow us access to our time and then therefore access to our mental capacity to help. Invest in, someone had put something like invest in not stocks, not in these, invest in people that will better the future you want to live. And then, so you are therefore investing in your future. Thank you. I just got a Patreon. Someone just said
yay.
like those mean so much.
I love that.
They really do. Because it's just
they
support.
do.
It's whole different.
When I get my little message that's like somebody bought you a coffee, I'm like, somebody bought me a coffee?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful feeling. Oh. But the community aid part of it is, at the end, it ties back into the whole individualistic, you know what, fuck it. That word that I'm trying to say that I can't right now. That type of thinking doesn't allow for community aid. Individualism. There it is. It was just like fucking stuck. But with that mindset of it's every person for themselves, and we have to, or so somebody else in here say something that has to be done right away. Case in point, the strike that's happening next week. Right. There's never any planning. There's never any actual work that's done. And so making that like that thought that you said, Rebecca, like doing like that long-term participation or work or donation by subscribing to a Patreon allows us to keep working to do the work that you clearly have said that you don't want to do. And I'm going to let that sound how it needs to sound. But if you can't figure out what else to do, if working out, if you're here, please spell out Black, Indigenous, and people of color if you're going to talk. But if you can't figure out what to do, if you are unable to do it, and that's going to include accessibility to what people are able to do, look at that little owl, then what you can do is donate to somebody that you know can do the work. Give somebody the access they need and then get out of the way. And that's that second piece of getting out of the way. Like, because we also don't need for anybody to say, I'm going to support you, and then end up with that person thinking they're now a silent partner and have some say in what we're going to do. And it's like,
I didn't need an advisor. That's not the same. Yeah, we're not looking for like, because again, and it's that energy of like white supremacy. It's the same thing. Like people like to knit hats, and all of a sudden now everybody's fucking knitting hats for money. Like they're blinging out. God, if I see another fucking rhinestone covered water bottle,
real quick,
just enjoy things.
I have somebody here who's pushing back against the boundary, and that won't fly here. So I don't know if you're actually part of the community, and I never believe that when I give a correction and all of a sudden it's now part of the correction or part of the community. I don't care how many character limits there are in here. Spell out Black, Indigenous, and people of color. If you have to talk, do more than one comment. It's an immovable boundary. That or leave. I'm sorry, go ahead.
They had the whole words in there. They love when they
hold on, because I'm letting that energy. Hold on, wait. We're gonna let that energy sit for a second. Push a boundary. So we're gonna let me feel that. Thank you. Okay, carry on.
But yeah, it's
I don't know.
I don't even remember what we're saying.
Like to be called daddy because I'm confused. Would you like to be called daddy? I just want to know. I don't know. See, that's the white woman in me. They like that bratty behavior. I'm like, that's just like, I don't understand. Like, it's like, I feel like maybe if we did DEI, but made it kink, maybe it would work better because, like,
wait.
I'm just saying. That shit, they like that shit.
I'm not saying
I hate that.
I'm not saying I hate that.
I'm not saying I hate it either. I'm just saying. Like, we should do an OnlyFans and, like, DEI, but make it kink. They'd love that shit. See? Yes! I'm getting all of the yeses. They love that shit. Banks and shit. Call Portia daddy if you fucking do, say BIPOC. I'm telling you, you want to make money, we could become, like, sex workers, and it could be DEI, but make it kink. I'm telling you. I swear.
Listen,
hearts everywhere.
There has to be, because of the amount of white men that come in just to get me mad enough to maybe curse them out. Like, there's only one reason.
They want you to step on them. They want you to step on them.
Yeah, literally. I'm telling you, listen, outside of this, we should honestly talk about a DEI kink space. Like, we could teach them. I swear to God.
I don't hate it at all.
I'm not saying that I have a couple of things in the arsenal to pull out. I'm
I am
also
saying,
not saying that.
I'm not
nor
saying.
am I am saying.
What happened? This is a Saturday afternoon, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, there's unificationism, and then if they want us to drag them, we could drag them on our TikToks for even more money.
Oh my God! Yes, I will dog walk a motherfucker straight up.
Because you know they would pay for that.
Would pay for it.
Let's do it. DEI, but make it kink. You heard it here first, so don't be trying to do anything. And even if you do, we're gonna rock this. I'm just letting you know we're gonna do it better.
Our
we're gonna be
followers
really
will
fast.
get you.
Yeah.
If you steal our idea.
See, I'm down at all of it. Look at shoes, yes, and I got cute feet too. I will crush their nuts.
You know what? Here's the deal. Somebody else can try it, and I'm going to have my own moment here. I'm not sure that it can be done as well as it can be done by the people currently hosting this live, and we'll leave it at that there.
Okay.
We know our...
Look, I'm hot. Okay, let me turn my fan on to me. Anyway, see how Portia disrupts
all that from
energy?
setting a boundary? All that from a boundary.
That's how I know that kink works on white bodies. Listen, I know who I am, and I'm in touch with my white woman, right? Like, I have no issues with her. Like, I'm telling
You're a great example of how you love your inner white woman. So now maybe they can do it, and they can start healing theirs.
Right.
Hey,
exactly.
Hold on.
Leading by example. I mean,
they out here black and I could be white. Just saying, like, accept that. Like, disrupt your own dissonance. Why is my phone crooked?
Is your phone dead?
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, okay.
No, it was crooked. It was like this, so it was disturbing me because now that my head has to go that way, and it was very upsetting.
Whew. Okay. Let me see.
We're all sitting here hot.
On a Saturday afternoon.
It is.
Fine. I don't even have a cocktail. I'm sober as a judge right now.
I am super sober, and my intent was to have some whiskey when I came, but then, anywho,
don't even need it. Don't even need it.
No,
oh my goodness. Okay, there was something else I wanted to say.
Oh my God!
Before I forget. What?
Desensitization zaddies.
And
what is that? Sorry.
Oh, thank you. Somebody said I look like magic, and I am here for that.
Yes, you're giving life.
I mean,
I love it. Okay.
I do love it. Look at you. Okay. Come on, that's right.
Oh, don't play with me. Y'all know I'm extra.
Just the right amount. Just the right amount. I need you all to know that the back of my neck is still really hot right now. Like, this is
literally have a fan blowing on me because I was verklempt and turning red. So,
okay, Yiddish. Okay, Yiddish.
Yeah, come through. I'm from New York. We speak all, okay? I speak New Eurekan. Look, I speak New Eurekan. I speak Yiddish.
I love the Yiddish. Exactly. I was like, okay.
I love it.
The intersectionality is super real.
It's beautiful. I honestly don't even know.
That's what I think is.
Yeah.
It's New York. It's New York City, Portia. Like, and I really think that is what kind of really honestly gives me more of the range, right? Because like in one of my little TikToks, I was like, I really did not know that there was just regular white people out here whiting until I was like 20-something years old. I swear to God.
Can you? All right.
I was like, you're just white?
Is that because that's where I was?
Yes.
Because
yes,
I cannot explain how how I knew, but I didn't know.
Right? Like you knew they were white, right? But they were like I said, my mother. I never described myself in my life as being like biracial or black and white. I was like, I'm Irish and black. Like that was it. Like if somebody asked me, because they usually throw in the Bronx, I think I'm a Puerto Rican because I fit the phenotype or their vision of what a Puerto Rican should look like, right? So they think that I'm a Puerto Rican. I'm like, I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm Irish and black. That was like a fucking thing I had to say at least 3 times a day, 4 times a week, right? So I know what I always answered. Like I never said white and black. Even it was just weird. I never thought about it. My first husband was in the Air Force. We were stationed in Grand Forks, North Dakota.
Oh, yep.
Thanks. Cool place though. Like the people are hella fucking cool. And I also was on base, so I didn't have to deal with I don't know what the hell was going on in town, but whatever. But they were just white.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
I was like, so you're like not Albanian, Yugoslavian, like Irish, German. I mean, like I could think of like 15 different kinds of whites. I just don't understand what do you mean by just like I was like American white. I didn't even know what that was.
Sounds like a type of bread.
I was like, oh, that's interesting. I had no idea. Like,
it's like the least interesting thing you could be.
Right. And then when you think about that, though, like 70% of America is still rural and American white. And that's fucking trauma. I'm like, yeah, that's the response. That face, Rebecca, that face. So like being from like, you know, like New York and maybe sometimes like Jersey, Staten Island, like all of those other things, it's a little bit more. But definitely, I think that New York City, one, because we're from New York, we think is the best place on earth. And it is. But anyway, but very seriously, is that New York City, again, energetically, is like, it's literally the home of an immigrant. It's not that it's a mixed place. It's like, that's the only real melting pot in America. It's literally the home of a fucking immigrant. These are people that came with that energy, like wherever they were coming from, 9 times out of 10, some war-torn country that was colonized, some place that just did not have like the resources they thought. And all of this energy came and converged on this very small island. New York City is an island. Mm-hmm. So when you think about it again, energetically, right? Like it's all converged in this very small place and it only exists there, right? You can't get to New York City like that, right? Like people are not just passing through. You have to be intentional to come into New York City, right? So again, energetically, even the Black people in New York City are 9 times descendants of slaves, of the enslaved people from the South. So even their grind and their grit is like, fuck this shit. I'm going up there. I'm going to get free. I'm going up north. I'm going to be liberated. So like you have this convergence of generations of this energy of immigrants, of, you know, enslaved people getting free. And like, so there's so much there that like when I got outside of the world, I was like, and I've traveled, like I've lived in other countries. I'm like, there's really no place energetically. Mm-hmm. And New York, unfortunately, is becoming more homogenous. Like I go home often enough. But like when I was still growing up, there was no place that grind, that I need to be better, to do more, and people needing their sovereignty in who they were, right? It was important for me to bring these kids that I have here to New York. They've never heard multiple languages happening around them at the same time. Mm-hmm. Like New York City. You could walk down the street and you hear 5 different types of languages and I could spot them, right? Like I could tell what a Croatian looks like. Right. like, oh no, that's not the same as this, right? Like you get all of this, so it's less homogenized for you. So I think that also really aids in my level of intersectionality. Like, no, it's all of these things. And why I know that culture is something that's so, so important to these people, and to not be like white supremacy takes from them too, right? Because you have this beautiful rich culture that I did grow up in New York City, right? Knowing all of these different kinds of, you know, like, oh, I know if I get a Knish or I get this, like where this comes from, right? Like, and like white supremacy just says, y'all white now. Ooh,
right? No distinction. You're not a. I think whiteness is a lack of distinction. Like any
lack of culture.
Pull from whatever this bland core is, that is belonging to other. And that's why you see people don't know how to get upset vocally in their own culture. They start turning into everybody else. Mm-hmm. And because they're not allowed, their whiteness doesn't exist in upsetness or in the anger. Like that's all someone else. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How do you human like that? You can't. But I think
you
also
don't. Like, white supremacy is the stripping of humanity. They don't.
Right. You can't. Do not. The second you win, you're done. You're not.
You don't have. There's no autonomy. There's no decisions. There's no choices. And this again. It's why it's fascinating. By fascinating, I mean fucking infuriating that white people don't understand that they are also affected by white supremacy. I mean, we're seeing it now with this leak of asshole Alito's letter coming out. Now everybody's all up in arms, like, oh my God, my liberties. Like, but
yo,
they're just not used. Like
they actually got taken. Imagine, like, you're upset about opinions of people who aren't here, their opinions about other people's bodies.
Right.
But like, you don't. What about? Why are you giving up all of your power to the people to have like on 5? I can't get with it just mentally. 5 people could have an opinion about another 5 people's opinion from before times, and now we're gonna change that. That's not how life works. You can't undo things. Move forward. What are we even talking about?
Right.
All we're doing is talking about something, and y'all are all upset and all flustered and making strikes without plans. Imagine something actually was happening.
Right.
Like you were being enslaved or something.
Right. That begs my point. It's like there's all of this. Go ahead. Go ahead. I talk all the time. Go ahead.
No. You're talking. I will. Wait. No. God.
I was like, it's this fast movement to get this strike going and get this march going and all of this uproar about this letter and everything. And it's like you said, there's all this uproar and this chaos about what possibly might happen, what could potentially happen, what could maybe happen to our bodies. Meanwhile, we're talking about what's happening to our bodies right now. We're being killed in the streets. We're being beat in the streets. We're being disproportionately imprisoned. We are being still hung until recently, which we still are. It's just now a crime to actually do that for the lynching. Our voting rights are being suppressed. We are being continuously just beaten up. And we tell people about this. We tell white people about this every single day. This is happening to us right now. And it's like, you know what?
But this guy wrote a thing about an opinion about something.
It's like this mindset. It's like, it's almost like, well, it's already happening. So do we have to really pay attention? There's this other thing going on that could happen. Well, so let's give that all of our focus.
Right? I agree with you. Super fucking not okay. But I'm going to tell you why, right? Like, so as a Jewish woman, Rebecca, you would appreciate like the telling of the Shoah. This is something that is a normal, it's Sunday. Let's talk about it. I know it's not actually Sunday, but you understand what I'm saying? It's like, it's a normal telling to remember, right? Mm-hmm. Like to go back. And I know like that I'm not going to get into all those other things because it's not my space to talk about it. But the fact that, you know, that is consistently being told, or that as Black people, we are consistently, you know, we're listening at our grandmother's feet and hearing these stories, and or ethnic white people who like are first generation, right? Like me myself, I'm only second generation. So like, like my mother was a first generation American. My grandparents came over here in their 30s, like not like little kids, right? Like, cause somebody was like, oh, they gave up their names quickly on Ellis Island. Did they give it up or were they taken? Like everything that what I'm trying to explain is like they have been colonized for so much longer. They've just come into alignment with their trauma. It is not about then that same person turned around and said they've been on a grudge. No, sweetheart, they have not been on their healing journey yet, right? Because when they got to Ellis Island, you have to remember, like, and I'm gonna just talk about Irish people because I know those are my people. I can't tell anybody else. But you have to remember that when people were coming from Ireland to Ellis Island, they were leaving a fucking war-torn country that was starved intentionally by the Brits. And by the way, is only 100 fucking years from colonization in the southern part of Ireland, and the northern part of Ireland is still very much fucking British and occupied. And the Brits were horrible and violent to these people. Like their thatched roofs over in England, they would snatch the roofs off of Irish people's homes. Think of the word landlords. That is British rule. So, no, okay, it wasn't about the immigrants, but thinking about it from that point and them not healing that epigenetic ancestral trauma. These people came over here having lost their children, dying in the cold because the Brits would rip off the fucking rooftops of their house and be like, you couldn't pay? Who cares? You're ripping our country apart. Right. Like we are not making money. You're literally starving us. Like potatoes are not native to Ireland. Like all of these things, they literally were utilizing Ireland to feed their war. No country starves where it gets like rain most of the year and it's evergreen. It was forced starvation. There's no like, so by the time they leave that country and they get here, they are tired, they are war torn, they are beaten. You know, raping is a white man's invention. Their whole thing, we go to war, we rape, pillage, and steal. Vindi Vidi Vici. I see Kiama Sing and Conquer. Like that's a part. So these are war torn people, raped people, stripped people, everything removed from them, leaving a country. Y'all act like motherfuckers had iPhones forever, right? Like my grandmother came from Ireland, and like it wasn't like she was like, "Hey, ma, girl, Manhattan, woo, this shit is lit." These people left their country with no way of going back. I mean, like, cause like it's like we don't, because of white supremacy, they don't have a lineage tie, right? Like they think every generation is this generation, and they don't see themselves connected to anything else. So it's like they're so disconnected from that. Like, no, well, I didn't do it. Yeah, but your grandma, fam. Like, I'm sorry you hate your grandmother. I don't know what to tell you. Like, feel that. So when you start thinking about it from that kind of way, and these people get to this land and they're at Ellis Island and they don't give a fuck to call you anything, right? And like they don't care about how you spell your name, and they just slam the shit on there and the documents. And then you get here, and very specifically, if people would Google pictures of like the Irish, they did the same thing to the Irish that they did to Black people, right? The pictures of the monkeys, savages, this, that, all of the same language. It's like not, white supremacy is not even fucking like invented, right? The same thing that they did to the Jews, and I'm only saying the Jews because Rebecca's Jewish, right? Like the rats, the trickery, like y'all are not even fucking inventive,
right?
You know, like at all, like the native Indian savages. It's the same shit over and over and over again.
It's lazy. It's so lazy.
Anyway, fast forward. So lazy and uninventive, it's disgusting. So these people were called the scourge of the Irish. Like, oh, we don't even want them here. Irish need not imply. Like, I have a shirt that says more blacks, more dogs, more Irish, because like it was, that's what, no blacks, no dogs, no Irish. It was huge in Britain, and it was huge even here in America, because we tend to forget that Britons founded America. But anywho, I digress on my version of history. So you get that, and for 100 years after leaving a war-torn country, 100 years here in America, trying to settle, trying to mind their Irish ass business, it's time to be classified, and you can't take it no more. And you're like, you know what? You think that there weren't Irish people that lost family members? Like Italian people were not always white either. People's nonas look like me, and they were reclassified as Black and as white. And that's how white supremacy separates white people from their own stuff. So yeah, the Irish definitely fucking should have sided. This is high note for white people. This is where when you're white, you take accountability. You ready? So while all of those things are very true of my people, of my lineage, of my own grandparents, and that suffering needs to be acknowledged and not just ignored, right? Because like they had a very real fucking life before they got to this shithole country too. They still could have always banned with marginalized people. There was never a point in time where marginalized white people were not able to band with other people. The difference, like you'll even see it in Bacon's Rebellion. A lot of the Irish worked side by side with enslaved Black people. And they were like, hey man, fuck shit. Because they were already revolutionaries, right? Because they were coming from Ireland already tearing shit up. So we could tear this motherfucker up. Like the Irish are about that shit. The Irish car bomb is highly effective, okay? But whiteness is duplicitous. So they were like, yeah, how about this? We're going to give you a horse and $2. You good? And they became overseers. And then they became the police. Then they unionized. Then they brought their fucking hell-mongering Catholic Church over here. And like multiple truths can exist, and it's okay. And that's the only place that we get to real true accountability. Because even in my own sociology class, like I said, 18-year-old me, y'all would hate me. Because I was, again, a pillar of white supremacy, defensiveness. My grandparents came over here poor, and they made it, and they had children and lived in the projects, and we're doing better. I'm the first generation in college, and I could not hear what and my professor was Black. How much pain that must have brought him in his own body to look at me and see someone that would be his child telling him, and not telling my own truth, my history, because I was so busy defending my whiteness. I could not integrate that energy and see and hold space for the multiple truths and the expansiveness of myself. And when you meet yourself with that level of expansiveness, that's how you can offer it to other people. That's why I can have, like, I can hold that truth. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I'll hold that. I think you're wrong, but I can hold that because I've met myself with expansiveness. And that's why you got to heal the white supremacy in you, pretty much. Because until then, really, people can only meet you as deep as they met themselves. And that's why I don't have tolerance. Because as soon as they start talking that shit, I'm like, find you a 101 class because I'm not it.
Right. Right.
Zero. But anyway, that's my story. And how white people should take accountability. Have a nice day.
The way that you said
you end it with that's just what I think.
No, that's it. Hi, Jess. I saw you come in. That was perfectly explained. And again, mine is just kind of blown, but it's a viewpoint that I don't have. But being able to recognize the work that you've done and then share with us the work that you've done, and like that's a really, really fucking beautiful thing, because you have two intersecting identities that are so important to the work that you do and what is just needed. And I hate saying what's needed, because when I say that, my default is to fall back on us doing it, because we know if we don't, it's not going to get done, but it's still needed. So again, two truths existing at once, but being able to see you recognize not only what you needed to deconstruct and recognize and say, oh, that's showing up in not a great way, to recognize it, to do the work to unpack that and unlearn it and deconstruct it, and then be able to use that as a way to teach other people and to show it up. And even having that moment where you recognize how your professor must have felt. And I'm repeating back everything that you just said for the people that I know weren't all the way listening to you because they were so busy just typing like, my family's Irish too, and blah, blah, blah. So repeating it. When you have a lesson that you learn, when you are able to recognize parts of you that need to be deconstructed, it's recognizing it, it's doing the work to do it, and then it's making that part of your story going forward so that you can then help other people. Community work, spreading that energy out, spreading that, I can't think of the word right now, but again, it goes beyond you when you can recognize what needs to change. And that is the part that has white people stuck, is
super stuck.
They can recognize. So there's a level of like stuckness where they either don't recognize that there's a need for change within themselves. They're like, yeah, the world is fucked. Like something needs to happen out there. Like it's terrible out there. I have no idea what. Like I can't believe that we're still
here. It's so ghetto out there.
It's right. Like, you are my favorite lines. It's like 2016 all over again.
Bitch. So if
I'm getting fuck these people. See, and this is where I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna knock all of this shit over. Did you guys see my IG post with
I shared it again? I shared it. Yeah. I was like, that's true.
Like, I hate them. Like, I hate, because there's like, it's like, but again, like going all the way back, it's childlike energy. So like, and then kind of like piggybacking on your, like, we need to do the work, but we're tired of doing the work, because like what it is like, when we really look at it, like from it's white violence, and it's disruptive, and like Black women, we do need to do the work. I will stand on that, but I'm also super supportive of the Black women who are like, fuck them, let me figure it out. I'm like, you know, right, because what it activates is like, so like the multiple truths as ancient beings, because that's what Black people are. Out of Africa. But anyway, out of ancient beings, we are divine mother energy. We are the first human manifestation of motherhood, formed from the first womb that is mother. So we want to mother you, but you exploited that and made us your fucking mammy. So now fuck ya. So like we wanted to. We want to care for you because you are ours. You are ours. You are ours, unfortunately. God damn it. Y'all are fucking ours. So we do, right? Because there's no way that we could multiple truths, right? We can't say that we kings and queens of Africa. We bore the fucking earth, but white people ain't ours. They ours. They fucking ours. It's like your kid that's like a crackhead, but he's still your fucking crackhead.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, yes, it's my child. Like, you know, it may not be highlight of your fucking life, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's still your baby, and it's still something that you care about. And so I think that that is the energy that like fucks with us in our bodies, right? Like in that genetic encoding is like, we know they're ours, and we know that they're our problem, and we know that we have to come in home, but they're like those badass kids, right? And like sometimes, like, I mean I said crackhead, and it wasn't to like diminish. My father was a heroin addict, and like, so I'm very, very well aware of the impact that drug use has on families. I'm just crass and rude. But there's a lot of people watching, and I want to acknowledge that that could be a pain point for someone. But even in that journey, you sometimes have to know that you got to let that person go.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so in these marches and these things, you know what? I got to let you go. But baby, when you ready,
come on back.
You ready?
Come on back.
Come on home. Come on home. Come on home. Them braids and shit that you doing, all of the Tupac stuff, sweetheart, you just trying to come home, and we are home. Okay. Because we are the original. And you think that you know what we're the blueprint. And even I recognize that I'm diluted. So I don't know how the fuck you think you're the original.
Like, not diluted.
I look at women like Portia. I do. Like, you cannot possibly, like, I don't even understand the delusion, right? I look at women like yourself and that much darker with that much of a tighter hair coil, 4C, and I recognize that mine is just a diluted. This ain't 4C. This skin ain't that black. It's not like the original soil that it was born from. And I'm okay with that. Like, this is my reality, right? My daughter is darker than me with beautiful 3C fro. She's closer to the blueprint, and she was born by me. And that's beautiful, because maybe we getting closer back. You know what I mean? But so I think that that's what the energy is. And again, the disruption of whiteness is you took what you saw as natural mother tendencies and you exploited it and made us your mammy. You forced us to take care of your children while we had to neglect ours. You forced us to take care of your homes, but we couldn't have our own. And until white people deal with that epigenetic and ancestral trauma that your disruption and your pain comes from, you're going to continuously disrupt us. And yeah, you think that it's okay because we're going to keep showing up because we are also divine mothers. But like, there also will be a point in time where we say no and treat you like the child that has some type of a sickness that's like, look, I love you, but I'm sending you away with love, and you are no longer allowed. And what you're witnessing now is that. It is that. And I think anybody can understand dealing with somebody that has a sickness and an addiction, and your addiction is white supremacy. Okay. And so you don't want to get away from that. We got to, okay, let me know. Because you're addicted to the power of white supremacy. When you're done with that and you're ready to dismantle that, you can come on home. You could work on these steps. You could go on and join Portia's, Patreon. You could join White Woman's Whisperers. You know, she got all her little WWWs that y'all need to do. You could come on to my community. We can work this out, and like, we can get you clear of your fucking hoarding ass warmongering energy. But until then, have fun. Enjoy your strike.
And that's a beautiful point. Like, because they show up when white people show up ready to do the work or ready to listen and learn, but they're at the height of their disruption. They're at the height of their insolence. They're at the height of their obtuseness. They're at the height of their ignorance, the weaponized and willful ignorance. And they come running to us saying, help us, fix us,
Mom,
change us.
I need
when just 3 days ago, when just 3 days ago, I saw you on TikTok doing some little trend, and I know that you said nigga when it came on. So don't come to me at this point now saying help me. I'm not, and that's the thing. Like when I said, I'm not going to rub elbows with my bullies anymore. And I'm still feeling it in that statement of where you said we have this mothering mentality, but we've been treated like mammies. One thing about me is a nickname of mine has been Mama P for many, many years. I mother people. I put Rebecca's food together when we go out to eat and we're on vacation. Like, this is just what I do. That's who I am, right? And I understand now that when I hit those points of frustration, it's when somebody's expecting me to still mother them while acting out. Like, I joked about saying don't act out because we have company in the house, but people, they're still acting like fucking children in here. But it's that thing. It's like, if you say that you actually want this piece of me that I give out, it's part of my grace. It's just who I am. But then you're going to act some type of crazy way. And then on top of that, then get upset when I respond like you said. So when you treat me like shit and I say what you're doing is treating me like shit and your response is no, it's not. First of all, fuck you for saying that. And second of all, I'm giving you an opportunity. I told you that you hurt me. I'm giving you an opportunity to not do that again. And because white people's disruption is so important, they're like, don't tell me about how you hurt me. It didn't hurt you at all. I'm going to keep doing it. When, again, there's that opportunity for you to learn from what you did, to stop hurting somebody that you say that you care about or that you want to help or learn from. Yeah, it's big Cancer energy. I'm a Cancer. But that type of thing. And so that's why it's feeling that type of way, because it is. It's like, this is who we are. This is what we are here to do.
Right? Because sometimes we'll take it as a deficit as Black women. Right. And it's part of the decolonization that we need to do, right? Like, no, that's beautiful because we are divine and we are ancient and this is our role. It's okay to do that. What you need to focus on is it was exploited. Right. Because that's what, right? Like, as an energy system, it exploits it. So all of that, like, I'm not mothering nobody no more. Like, that's fine, but you're literally stopping who you actually are energetically. Right. How about like transmuting that energy and like, I'm going to continue to mother. I'm going to continue to love on those who love on me. And I'm like that with my own children. Like, I'm like, okay, let me, like, I was on vacation with those hellions for my birthday. And I pulled over in the parking lot and all three of them were in the car. And Shady Baby, who she is so fucking shady, she was in the car seat behind me. And I was like, let me explain something to y'all. This is my fucking trip. This is my birthday. And I could have fucking left you home and been on this beach minding my business. But we've been stuck in the fucking house for 2 years for COVID. This is how I'm talking, and this is how I talk to my kids. We've been stuck in the fucking house for 2 years with COVID. And you guys love the beach. So I was like, fuck it. Like, my friend gave us her house. She was coming up here this way. And I was like, let me bring the kids. I brought another friend with me who we could bounce that off of because, again, community, you know what I'm saying? And I left my husband because my husband is usually the primary parent. As you can see, there are no tiny humans here and he takes care of them. And I was like, okay, you can take a break because I know you tired. Anywho, I'm sitting there going in on that ass. The 3-year-old, you know what she didn't do? Cry. Okay? Because she heard me. Because I explained to them, you're hurting me. Me talking to you, I'm explaining to you something. And then I clarified with my elder child, because I have a 26-year-old, but obviously she doesn't live here anymore. But 10, 6, 3, I asked the 10-year-old, I was like, let me ask you a question, Erin. When I do something, because I fuck up, because I'm human, do you feel safe to be able to say, hey, Ma, I don't like this. I don't feel good about that. Could you fix it? And she was like, yeah. I was like, so then what the rest of you got to say really don't fucking matter to me, because if she knows that, that means y'all could tell your sister and she could advocate for you because we're building fucking community here. Okay. Right. And what you're not going to do is, I told my kids, I was like, boundaries. You do not get to treat me how you want to treat me and think you have access to me just because I'm your mom. Right. That's not how this works. We are in relationship together. Okay. I treat you kindly and with respect. I demand the same thing. And if not, then we need to sever this relationship, because I'm quite fine just making sure your needs are met and we don't need to have connection. I could love you from a distance. And the 3-year-old was like, And I was like, okay, so is this understood? Okay, so we're making new agreements, right? We're going to be kind to each other. We're going to speak to each other kindly, right? And if somebody is not speaking kindly, we will remind them, right? Okay. And when they show their ass again, remember that agreement, because they're going to show their ass. So we know that y'all are problematic. The problem is that you guys are not dismantling your white supremacy, because there are no good whites. None.
There it is.
Not nail one.
No.
Not one. Like, all of you are fucking problematic. We just choose the level of problem that we are going to deal with. So, like, I don't need your hand wringing.
That
don't matter. It don't matter. There are no good whites.
We are volunteer. We came here knowing what we're gonna do, right? Like, we didn't show up on the app and be like, "Surprise, white people are here." Like, we know what we're doing.
And they're problematic. Rebecca, did you know that white people?
Did you know that they weren't gonna like when I told them about themselves? Wait, hold on.
Portia, did you know that she was gonna cry? Girl, we are not having that conversation. Like, that is
shocking information, completely unexpected. Never knew what was coming.
Right. Like, this is not, we know that. So, like, get the white supremacy on up out of you, and all of that competition with trying to pit each other against each other. Y'all are in competition with your mothers, with your sisters. Y'all each your own. All of you are a problem. And your existence alone is dangerous to us. So, like, get that shit together, right? Like, the fact that you exist and breathe is dangerous to us. You know why? Because they created it that way, because it's insular, because whiteness was created to keep everybody out. And so anybody that got near it or around it annihilated. Yeah. Well, so the fact that you even want to come into my space and I allow you, I'm letting danger in. Think about that.
Knowing what we're inviting in. We know what we're inviting in. We know it.
There's a reason we're here.
Yes.
And so, like, I think about, like, when you said, like, them living, breathing, existing is dangerous. It 1000% is. And I want you to think about where the concept of police come from. And let's talk about where slave catchers came from, right? What's going to happen if these Blacks run amok? What are they going to do? They're going to get your women. They're going to get your daughters. They're going to rape them. They're going to steal them. You've seen all the imagery. It's all about the white woman and the innocence of the white woman and how delicate she is versus this Black. And for that reason, we needed to find people to go get them, to kill them, because we need to manage them to keep our white women safe. Our daughters and our wives. Right. And then they turn into police, and now here we are. And why are we going to be surprised when it turns
absolute fucking propaganda? Because what it was really created for was to keep their capital going and high.
Yep.
White men rape 93% of rapes. They invented that shit. Okay? Invented it. Like, they literally used rape to keep white women in line when they would be rape traders. So this is what I'm saying by your existence, because of whiteness, is dangerous to us.
Right.
Because they lie. And every single thing that they said that we're going to do is what they did. Like, it's called projection.
Right.
Something else that you said. Yeah, you had said something about how, we know what's going to happen. We didn't come to this app and that we're surprised. And if we take it beyond this app, if we think about it, are Black people really ever surprised by shit that happens in this country?
Ever.
The world as a whole. We are never.
But white people surprised with that, because they're going to say the same thing. I'm really annoyed by this. In my video where I'm like, we need to stop being shocked. Look at the comments of that video. It is almost every white woman saying, I'm not shocked. I'm just whatever other thing is. I'm not
other fucking adjective.
I'm not shocked. I'm just upset. I'm not shocked. I'm just disheartened. I'm not shocked. It's just tiring. So why did you have to not? You're othering yourself from the thing. If you're not shocked, that means you knew it was coming. So what did you do about it? Did you make an announcement? Because I thought you were doing the trendy trend 3 days ago. But you're not shocked.
There it is.
But you're sad. Why are you sad if you knew it was coming? It's a decision.
Dissonance. In order for white supremacy to continue, they must remain in their dissonance. Look at them. White women will cry all the time, like, my mother was a narcissistic abuser and I survived narcissism. White men are narcissists. And how the fuck you think that you're not? Because every single trait of narcissism, it looks like white woman entitlement.
Yes.
In a Venn diagram, that's a motherfucking circle.
It's a circle.
It's a circle. And I know because my mama is white.
Like,
so you won't gaslight my black ass into not knowing how white mothers operate, okay?
Right.
Because them bitches is vicious, okay? And they teach you how to be vicious.
All the things. Yes. We know you're
They already know.
Don't come in with, I'm neurodivergent, I got this thing. We know about that too. Shut up.
We know about it all.
Shut up.
They weaponize everything. Everything. Just sit the fuck down and own it. Like, yo, hey, by the way, so I was raised by generations of narcissistic, violent people, and I'm pretty fucking sure that I'm a narcissistic, violent person. I own my shit.
Right. Check myself. Let me check myself regularly.
Like, can you help me dismantle this and unpack it so I can actually use it for good? You have to unpack that. You have to, but you got to own it.
And just imagine
daily. I'd be like,
imagine to have this
unagi.
Oh, from Friends, unagi. I think it's just like I will never. My skull is cracked today, but and then having a resource where we can tell white women about themselves, right? Having a resource from biracial Black women with white mothers, a monoracial Black woman that just deals with white women daily. And we tell you about yourselves, and we tell you in a way of like, this is, again, going back to the whole thing, this is how you're showing up, and it's shit. And so here's how we can make you not show up like shit. And the response is like, no, thank you. Like, not even no thank you. Yeah. It's like, no. And you're like, yeah. Again, it's always going to come back to this, when you have an opportunity to do better. Rebecca, you always say this, do better. That is the hardest task for people to take. They're just like, no,
I'm great.
No, like
they're just like, why?
But see, like,
too hard.
So let's get back to the whole like, I love you, Portia, because even though you set your boundary, you do have that mother energy, right? Like, you're just like, okay, you'll get 30 days, and I mean, I do the boundary thing on mine, but I'm like, if you speak again, I will block your ass. You're not getting 30. You fucking type a period in this bitch, and I will block you now. So I balance off my very, like, eat your own, annihilate white woman with my, divine mother, Black woman in that way. Like, listen, yeah, I will nurture those who want to be, the majority of my community are white AFABs, right? Like, I will nurture those who want to be, but I have, like, zero. And I mean, like, you know how, like, whiteness invented a zero tolerance policy? It's me. I'm white. Zero. None.
You got that part.
Yeah, all the way. Zero fucking tolerance. No fucking grace. You can go ahead and miss me with it, right? Like, I argue with white people. Like, I'm not doing that with you.
Right.
Go start a fucking rally somewhere. All y'all know how to do is galvanize and violence. So, like, I won't. Because what it does then is activate the warmonger in me energetically, right? Like, and that's what it is too, is that, like, I explain to white people when I'm talking with them and I'm doing these things, I'm like, to be in space with Black people means you must be intentional. But in order to be intentional, it is because you must confront your whiteness. And you must confront what whiteness is. And whiteness is a stripping of humanity, a stripping of culture, a stripping of everything, and it's violent. In order to strip all of those things, it must be violent. And then it just pours, right? So if you are not going to be in community, if you decide you want to be in community with Black people, and that means you're riding Black dick is not your ride out of racism. That's insane. You guys are not even intentional when you have Black children. I'm super thankful that my mother was much better in that area.
Me too.
Hold on a second. Can we go back to how you described riding Black dick? Because that's a gem.
Riding Black dick is not your ride out of racism. Okay? Quote me on that.
I mean, quote that shit. That right there.
Absolutely. And that, exactly.
Yeah. Don't matter to me. Don't matter to me.
I didn't know how many
Super
white
glad you enjoyed that.
I didn't know how many white women around here raping Black babies horribly.
Oh,
horribly.
I was in England, right? And at first, when I moved there, I was like, oh, it was lovely, right? Because I was like, for the first time in my life, I saw a whole bunch of beige people looking like me that were actually like me, right? Like, obviously, there's beige people in New York, very specifically, very quite often Puerto Ricans. But when I went to England and I lived there, I was like, look at all these little beige babies. But I'm going to be honest, I get activated when I see mixed families. Do you get activated, Rebecca?
A little bit sometimes. Now, before, so cute.
No, I realized I had to unpack some of that shit, right? Because like even in England, I was super happy to see beige babies because I was like, oh, they're like me. But like I got activated when I see mixed couples, like just like maybe like there's a funky smell in the air, like
a little bit. But we are also both with Black men. It's like a different and sub. So
yeah,
like we talk about this, and I think that I wonder about the conversations and like it just not there's anything wrong. Obviously, look, we exist, and I think two things can be held. Like you said, we have to be able to hold both of those, and especially the more you know, it starts to be
right. Like, listen, I make that face when I think about the shit that my husband put up with from me, right? Like, I'm like, what made you stay? Like, what were you thinking about? Listen, let's unpack. Were you color struck, sir? Because you are Black and from the South. Like, did you just think you was about to have a bunch of little yellow ass babies with some good hair? What? Because like, I should have been left. Like,
so funny.
We should be decolonizing and unpacking here. Like,
oh God.
Like, you right. He said, somebody said, you know what made us say, you right. No, but seriously, I actually was like, we should really fucking unpack this because I was like a total fucking white woman in America when we met. And I'm like, wow, you really stuck around. Like, because I was a problem, a whole ass problem.
And I love that you say that, like, because what right does and I say, I often point to my privilege because what right do white people have to say they don't experience privilege if we do? And I hate that it's like, yes, I have to lead by example. I have to give you a little bit of me for you to then do it. But whatever. You gonna tell me you have no racism in your body, but I do? But you don't. Becky Ann. Okay. Sure.
Right. And it's like, it's the refusal to like hold like those truths. And again, it needs white supremacy within them needs to be dismantled, right? Like, because it's like everybody's proud to be like, again, I told you my first husband was in the Air Force, right? A lot of my family was military because they exploit the poor. Shout out to the service members that actually have to fucking put their life and limb on the fucking line to have socialism. But fuck the government that creates a need for a military. Okay, there we go. That's my disclaimer. But like you meet all of these people, right? Like, and I was friends with people that were like granddaughters of the Confederates and stuff because you meet these people, and so like, and I've always loved to speak with people, right? I see the face, but I've always loved to have conversations.
Just like processing that,
right? Like, I'm gonna tell you what it is that like it creates a camaraderie. Right? Like anything else, like the police force, the military, like you're there very quite often in another place in town, and like the commonality comes from like this brotherhood, right? That's created because whiteness creates spaces of scarcity and the need to come together to hoard. That's what it does. It keeps replicating that in its systems. So, and I would be like, how the fuck does everybody know a fucking Confederate, but don't nobody know a slave owner? Like,
that's bad math. That's really bad math.
That's bad math. Yeah.
I'm a math major for one.
Right.
But that's 1 + 1 = 2 bullshit. Like it's always that it ties back into that whole I'm not shocked, but I don't know any slave owners, but I know Confederates. Motherfuckers, that means that you know both sides of the situation. It's both sides. It's two sides of the same fucking coin that you keep flipping and doing nothing with.
But this thing.
Right.
But they're both, what the fuck? Shut up.
Yeah.
be
Shut
contrary.
up. Because you're not doing anything about anything. Like either one of it. The coin is both shit on both sides of it. It's a shitty fucking coin. And you're like, you know what? I don't really identify with this shitty part of it, but this one makes sense. But don't worry, I'm going to leave that coin in the corner and do nothing with it to make sure it stays that shitty. Either way, cool, you know something, fantastic. And I think that is another thing too. It's like, that's their whole othering, bettering themselves. I wasn't shocked, but I'm upset.
Yeah.
Are you, Becky?
What
the fuck have you done?
Because you were upset. I don't give a fuck about being mad, die mad. Like, I just like
be mad. Oh, you're mad? Are you sad? Are you disheartened? Are you just so exhausted because you heard an opinion that we all know is shit? Like what?
That we've been talking about too. It's not even that we know it. We've been saying it. Like we haven't. That's another thing. They act like we've been keeping it a secret. Crime. You've known all of this time and you haven't told us. Have you?
Yo, literally, I am so glad that we're doing this work on TikTok first, because like if somebody said that to me in my face.
That's right. I stopped thinking about doing in-person shit because I'm like, wait. Or like a book club, because then they're going to say shit when I'm there and they're going to see this.
Yeah.
It's not going to go well.
They're going to remember the before times. The before times.
People talk to you insane. People like, so I first started doing like this speaking just on random things. Like when I first joined, like Facebook was popular, right? Like, and I still love Facebook because like now it's just curated for like me, my family, and like all of the people that I've just like been friends with now since like 2009. But like, I was like, when I first started though, and talking and having these conversations, just sharing my life, I realized that people talk to you insane. Like they get really thumb strong. And I'm like, and I had to really work on, right? Like I said, unpacking the violence of whiteness in me. Cause I'm like, let me Google this bitch's name and her address. She don't know. Like, and I was like literally committing, like
just rolling up on people.
Yeah. Because I'm from the Bronx. Like, I'm from a place where, like, you're not going to just talk shit and I'm not knocking on your door. Like, we both. Right? Like, so I heard what you said was, like, so, like, I have to unpack a lot. I could do in person now, but this is why I curate the audience to the people. Like, I'm not about to argue with you. I'm not, like, because I don't have the tolerance level for somebody to say something that they know is fucking wrong, you know is violent. You know that, right? Like, these are not, I know white women know this because they'll say it about white men all day long.
So well, that's what confuses me. Do you think that they really, because honestly, it doesn't math in my head, right? Because they will just say, like, they will just be like, not all white women, I'm good. Like,
and not all either. But here you are saying all men. So, like, no, what it is that there's that dissonance, right? Like, so I was having, like, this week has been busy, and I was, like, doing some DEI retraining or something, and I explained to them, and I'm like, here's what I need y'all to do, is I need you to really turn around and recognize that you, again, like, you know, it's like, oh, well, we want to know how to create safe spaces for Black people. We want to know how to be able to protect Black women. You can't protect me from you. Right. You want to put the salve on the wounds after whooping my back. Are you fucking kidding me? You and your fucking counterpart are the same. You are the fucking heads. He is the fucking tail. Like, it's the same, right? Like, it's the two sides of a fucking different coin. And until they come into alignment with that truth, until they accept that fucking truth, until they connect with that and like own it, like, you are dangerous to me. You can't protect me. The 380 on my side, you could try me. I'm gonna stop the threat. That protects me. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go. Shout out to the good state of Georgia. Anywho, yeah, like, until they really recognize, like, you are the problem as well. Right. And take that same you got for white men and put it on yourself. Like, oh my fucking God, it is me.
That part.
It is me.
That part. That part right there.
1 for 1. Like every time you complain about a man, we can literally say this. Every time I see a video,
that same thing.
I'm
you
like,
can replace white woman with it. You can replace white woman with the man.
Literally.
With no work.
To the contrary, I'll do you one better, y'all. I'll do you one better. I trust white men more.
Actually, it's like overt versus covert. I'd rather you be burning
there it is. Okay.
Working next to me, telling me I'm good black.
Right. Yep. Call me out my name in my face.
I trust them. Yeah, I trust them more because 1, I trust their predictability and their violence.
Yep.
Okay.
They're easy to move.
If they don't fuck with me, they don't fuck with me. Like, period.
Right.
They're not going to befriend me. They're not going to bring their kids to me on fucking play dates. They're not going to call me their sister. So what I mean by that, exactly, covert, I trust them to be exactly who the fuck they say they are.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. They're not going to chameleon about. They're going to be shit regardless, right? That's exactly
consider anybody else, and they've never had to really like get people to do anything with any kind of like manipulation, really, because they just had all the stuff, right? White women had to manipulate down and up,
right?
And there's power in one direction, and there's
there's that whole thing, but it's true. It's that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it comes down to not rubbing elbows with the bullies, and until white women, again, it's never going to be a safe space with white women. That space is not going to be safe. We can keep ourselves protected in said space by building community, blah 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 blah. But it's the reality of it, because we're still having white women separating, trying to distance themselves, and then in that distancing, I guess it's one thing, like we've heard the thing about like race traitor or whatever else is being declined or describing it, but white women recognizing how fucked their demographic is, and if making that separation means that you are also calling them out and doing something, but then realizing how shit they are. I guess coming back to like to yours, Desiree, like recognizing the inner white woman that's just there and can still get activated, and working with that instead of against that.
Style thing Tony was talking about too, right? Like it's always in there, and whether you're not seeing it right now, maybe it hasn't been activated yet by the right thing. But every white woman is an agent for white supremacy, and whether you have done a Karen or not yet, the right thing hasn't been said to you to trigger you. You haven't been around the black person to make you uncomfortable to the point where you do something.
Right.
But not only that, is that so this is why I'm so heavy on the pathologizing whiteness, is because even as Black people, we keep saying it like they only harm us. Like, I love Portia's vision of it with the bully. The bully is always the one who was harmed, right? Like, anytime you watch these bully shows, it's because they were called fat, or they were picked on, or they were this, that, like, right? And so, like, they just go to the person who they think is the weaker person, right? Mm-hmm. So they have this in that we are the weaker people. And I'm like, well, that's your fucking dissonance, because like our resilience, our existence is resilience. Like we're still here. We're thriving. Black women are kicking y'all's asses. Like, period, point. I still believe these numbers and these statistics. Actually, per capita, Black people in general are better off per capita. Like money, and all of these fucked up white supremacy systems, we're doing better, right? So like we're kicking your ass at your own game, right? You ever seen that? I don't that TikTok trend that's like, I don't even need to walk in with my thing out. Black women dropping degrees like fucking goddamn fucking here you go, bitch. I know y'all watch In Living Color. Who watched In Living Color?
Yes.
You remember him? I'm a lawyer, a doctor, a chef, a cook. Yes. Are kicking everybody's ass, even white men's ass. Right. So it's like, you set up all of these things, shift the goalpost, this, that, and the other thing. And the truth of the matter is like, put that shit back on y'all. Like, because we expect y'all to be violent to us. But it's because you need to fucking heal, because y'all are violent to each other, right? How many fucking Lululemons can there be? How many goddamn essential fucking oil companies can you fucking sell me? You guys will fucking exploit the earth, the crystal. Y'all are your husbands. You are your fathers. You are your fucking father's children. You are them. They are you. You are the pure fucking reflection and manifestation of his greed, his war, and his hoarding. Mm-hmm. And like, they do the same thing over and over again, trying to become capitalistic white men. They don't even fucking want to be equal to them. They want to be them.
Right.
Right? Like, that's where their misandry comes in.
Yeah.
Like, they want to eat them.
Yes.
Right? And so then that's what the fear is like, we want to dissolve white supremacy, right? Like, we want to give the indigenous their land back. Like, we want them to give us some land. Like, yo, can we get a little bit of that 40 acres and a mule, fam? Because, like, we were here. Like, you know, we want to fucking go back to homesteading. You see all the shit with Black Joy. We're just trying to be minding our business. Go back to ancient stuff. Right? Like, we just, here, give them folks the land back. Can we please not worry about who I'm fucking? Don't worry about my gender. Can we, like, I don't need religion. There's ancient practices. There's cultural norms. We just want it to dissolve. White women are like, we want to take over.
Yeah.
Did you see that call to action with this strike? This bitch, Iceland did it. We could do it.
Not with this angle.
Girl, I'm going to show you. Literally, she was like, look. She said, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. Not a march, a strike, a national.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
I swear to fucking God, I'm going to share it. Iceland did it. We could do it. Then, and I was like,
one more fucking time.
Iceland has less people in it than Boston.
Well, check out what Iceland did, because in Iceland, go there.
Iceland is also homogenous, mostly fucking white. And she was not kidding. Then, look, no, listen. No, it got worse and turfy and capitalistic. And white women always get turfy.
All the time. They
get turfy. How are you a whole lesbian? Like, an older lesbian. Like, because I grew up, again, New York City. Like, I did Stonewall and original gay rights. I went to Harvey Milk High School. Like, I'm steers and queers hanging out at the pier gay. How are you a whole ass lesbian in these streets?
Oh, that's a whole, I can have, like, that's a conversation.
It got weird and turfy. And, like, literally arguing about the aesthetics on IG. I saved the video because now it's down from their profiles. Did you see that?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think somebody, go ahead.
It bothered me a lot.
Yeah.
And then it was like, the aesthetic one, that one really, really bothered me. And I don't know why exactly. But I know why. But
yeah.
Somebody said something about how the person that's leading this march or the strike or whatever didn't want to muddy the waters with intersectionality. Somebody commented that on my Instagram.
First of all, think about the fucking term muddy the water.
There it is.
Did you see
it? And I'm done. And I'm done with that.
Didn't want to muddy the waters.
Well, and
like, and then I saw like a white woman doing a dance trend to Lizzo's new song, saying about what we need is politics and all this stuff. I'm like,
somebody said, "Holy Batman."
So now we're gonna do a dance trend to a Black woman's song. You're gonna do your high angle videos. Which again, that's like such a view of like the way that I'm thinking about it now. It's like, are you trying to like elicit some dominance or some bullshit? Like it's gross.
Right.
It is. Or like
if you have to show off your dominance, do you really have dominance? That again goes back to DEI kink. You can come back to that later. But all of this, Rebecca, you just turned to a screenshot again. But all of this work. Work is all last minute stuff that they're just jumping on stuff and then doing it. And not like the optics of it. Again, we're talking about the people that aren't going to be affected by this or will be affected the least are the ones that are organizing this strike. The people that have the ability to not go to work, to not do this, that, and the other. The thing about
they don't have to, by the way.
Right.
Who out here working when they don't have to?
Casey made a video. Like I saw this. I said her name. and I didn't mean to because it was friends only, but it's a good point. Sort of like the withholding sex. And it was like, if you're fucking people that would vote to overturn Roe versus Wade, that's the first problem. Like, why are you fucking somebody that would do that?
Yeah, like I literally, like I made a video very similar. I was like, how are y'all gonna leave? This is why I pathologize whiteness. Listen, you guys have literally raised motherfuckers that don't care about the body they came out of. Y'all fuck and suck these bastards for generations. And they will tell, my husband would never, okay? Would never. And I have 3 of his fucking children, and every one of them, I'm like, hey man, are we gonna have an abortion? And we playing these motherfuckers. And I still was like, hey man, I don't know. I'm like, damn, we getting older. They just fucking keep coming.
Right.
Well, 2 of them were playing. The last one was not. And I was like, oh my fucking God, I'm 40, right? And he would never. He was like, listen, I am going to tell you that I want my child, right? Like, I want that to happen, to come to fruition. But it's really your decision. And I was like, well, let's talk through it. Like, first of all, maybe have communication and relationships. That's amazing. So we talked through it, and obviously we made the decision. We still look at her and be like, I don't know how the fuck you got here. She is a trip, though. She absolutely was meant to be here. But, like, the conversation is okay. And he was not going to demand I birth them. And until the problem is that shock awe and all that other fucking shit is like focus on whiteness. They just need more white babies because white supremacy is only held up by numbers. And that's it. And your birth certificate, your social security number, all of that shit is your indentured servitude papers. They keep moving that shit to fucking the age. Y'all gonna work till you fucking die because you don't want to listen to black people.
Right.
We're trying to warn you.
Literally
we know what they do.
Hey.
We know what you're in for. It's not great. I can tell you. But this
Turns
whole
out.
But my question is, okay, imagine they did have demands. Like, what would the demands be? Like, what's the goal of this strike? If there is a goal.
They want to be white men. You know what they fucking demand? They would demand to be in the positions that white men hold. They don't want to dismantle supremacy. They want to run supremacy.
Right. They want to just be able to make the decisions that people are making, even though no one should be making decisions for other people. But the
government should not be in my business.
Right.
Period. Like, I am a huge government overreach. This government one is way too fucking large and way out of fucking control and should not be making. I'm not with any of those kind of mandates, right? Like, I am definitely a Gadsden flag, don't tread on me type person. So, like, that's what I mean. Is like they don't have the level of intersectionalities because as long as you can get the part that impacts you, right? So, like, if you could get them to shift into not interfering with your uterus, that's cool. But you don't give a fuck about MMIW. You don't give a fuck that black maternal rates are fucking shit. Like, you literally just want to control the narrative instead of saying, you know what? Here are my demands. Dismantle the government.
Right. They're just saying, like, we liked Roe v. Wade because that was a symbol of us winning something back then, and now you're trying to take it away.
Instead of the fact that Roe v. Wade should not exist because I should be able to kill my children if I want to.
God damn. That shouldn't be a conversation for us to be having, period.
At all.
Even
ever. Period.
Ever. It shouldn't be a thing we talk about. Roe v. Who cares?
Right.
I don't care. The fact that woman had to be in court is the problem. But that's what I'm saying. They're so fucking attached to white supremacy. This is why white women can't be intersectional. They're so attached. But what would we do if we had no government? How would they run? How would the way the fucking world ran before white people crawled out of their caves and said, we don't like this no more?
Yeah. Imagine you never saw the Constitution. I think you'd be okay. I've never seen it. I don't give a fuck about it. And yet I still be living my life, wanting to do good things for people, coming on TikTok, dealing with y'all asses. So I don't need this paper.
I'm going to take a quick minute here because, you know, I watched the comments while I listened to y'all and everything. And somebody came in and said, I don't know what I did to get muted, but I didn't mean it. And let's go over how let's go over how this works. Now,
if that ain't whiteness.
If you've been in a live, you understand that if you are white, you are here to listen and to learn. That is made clear several times throughout the live. It's made several times prior to the live. So when you come here and decide to start talking and you get the consequence of being muted, then you deal with that. But then you come right back and say, hey, I'm sorry, and then continue to talk, and you can't understand why you get muted again. That means you're not paying any attention at all. And then I'm going to ask you a question of why the fuck are you here? Because if you just have to be here so that I hear your voice, I don't need you here at all. I've heard enough. Just listen. That is it. That is all.
See, listen, I'm just saying that our DEI but make it pink is going to go.
We're going to have so many like demographics hit. It's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Oh my
like the whole
God.
algorithm.
I just want to listen.
Saying, like,
if you just want to listen, just listen. I need for people this. I don't want to emphasize white people. I honestly don't. But to say I just want to listen, you are already not doing what you say you want to do. Like, you don't have to tell us that you're going to listen. You just do it. It's an action word. You just listen.
Like, if you have to say it, you ain't it.
You ain't it. Like, it's literally that. If you have to say it, you ain't it. Like, you just have to listen. I will not stop thinking about this disrupting thing. You don't have to come running into a room saying, the white people are here and we're going to listen to the black people because we want to learn from them.
You're welcome. I'm here listening and learning.
Listen, but this is why it's so important to me to do the work with they dismantle it in themselves because they're not dealing with the trauma. And like I tell white women, you are activated to run your mouth because in your home, they don't care what you have to say, which is evident because we're watching the white men you've been fucking, you've called dad in whatever way you wanted to, and raised strip your fucking rights away. So like, we know you better than you know yourself. Right. We know that you're not listened to in your homes. We know that your community, whatever the fuck that is, we know within the white world that white women don't matter. They they pat you on your head and tell you, okay, sweetie, and they'll give you anything to shut you the fuck up. So when we say shut up, you get activated, but you're not activated by me, sis. You activated because for generations and generations, nobody gave a fuck about you over there. Damn. So now activating in you is that fucking unchecked bias and your white supremacy, and you think you run shit this way because white men done told you that, and you don't run a fucking thing nowhere, actually.
No.
And the only fucking thing you could do is run yourself to therapy and get your shit straight and unpack. And when you do that, then you'll be like, you know what? Let me check in with my body right now, right? Like, and I'm going to post that for y'all later because, like, I have a whole who, what, when, where, why, how when you feel activated. Let me check in with my body. Am I activated by Portia, Desiree, or Rebecca? Is this some trauma stored somewhere because my mom would smack me and tell me, shut the fuck up and don't talk to your father that way? Like, what is happening here in my body right now? Why do you feel forced to say, I'm listening, right? Like, were you forced to do this? It's usually inner child wounds that needs to be healed. There's a whole lot of stuff. But until you actually pathologize whiteness, how it impacts your white body and what supremacy culture looks like for you and impacts you directly, you will stay disruptive this way.
Yes.
And see, we have been living. We have moved on from the way the system and energy of it was set up. We have been liberated as soon as we got free. They just found new ways to hold us captive. But as it was created, we are free. So we've been free minding our own business. And again, disruptive. They could have just let us go and mind our black ass business and we would not have cared, right? Like, but no, then they have to bomb our fucking neighborhoods. Then they have to fucking drag kids out. And we didn't even, I'm upset MLK did desegregated because I think we would have just been safer and better in a segregated fucking space, minding our black ass business. Y'all wouldn't have wanted to been in here. I'm super fucking mad about that situation. I got a whole lot of things to say about that, but like, y'all just disrupt, and you disrupt because it's that y'all are the original pick me. I'm listening.
Pick me.
Look,
pick me.
Look,
pick me.
Look. What do you want me to do? Where should I go? And it's like, no, look, hey, we want you to heal. Like, we're literally here. Like, we're doing this.
Right.
It's time for you. Go on your healing journey. Because as Black people, very specifically Black Americans, we've gone on our healing journey, right? We've created our own culture here. We've created multiple languages here, like fashion here. We've just accepted that this is what it is. Like, right. We got drug here. We did not ask for this, but you know what? We're going to make the fucking best of it. And we're going to create community, and we're going to love on each other. And we're redefining what Black looks like. And we are redefining what community looks like, and provision, and all of the things that white supremacy said. But y'all motherfuckers are still addicted to it. And therefore disruptive. You are the person who people are going on. Like I said, everybody's had somebody who's addicted in their life, right? You could love them from a distance, because love does not require connection. People need to get that in their head. And here y'all are. It's Thanksgiving. You ain't heard from nobody in 3 years, right? You know, you hope they're alive because they haven't been around. You say your prayers. You really hope that they got themselves clean and they'll come home. But nope, they came out Thanksgiving high with a fucking raw turkey, like, you know what I'm saying? And like scratching and fucking itching and like, why you don't love me? I do love you. Like, you know, and that boundary, and you hear the boundary, and it's like, you know, door closed. I'm gonna step outside, but I'm gonna leave everybody else in here. Y'all can't protect us. You are the danger. So we protect ourselves. So we step outside the door and be like, look, baby, I love you, but right now we are all gathering. We are talking. We're having a really nice Thanksgiving dinner. I hate fucking Thanksgiving that comes. I recognize it's colonization. Work with me here. It's a process to dismantle. But we're having a nice little holiday dinner. And, you know, if you come back tomorrow, I will happily discuss things with you when everybody is not here. Okay? Why you don't love me? This why I'm out here. Hey, what are you doing? Like, what is fucking happening right now? I literally said, everybody here, you are unkempt, uncleaned. Like, you're still obviously in the throes of your addiction and your pain, and I want to love you. And if you show up tomorrow, I will fucking take you inpatient myself, pay for it, and work with you through it. No, you want to stomp off, then go get fucked up, go get high, and then blame me because you ain't been here all these years. You show up on the door one time, and because you ready, I'm supposed to let you in. Get the fuck out of here. Be blessed. When you're ready, come back and I will walk you through these steps. But that healing journey is something y'all have to go on. You guys are disruptive. Period. Point blank. Full stop. And that's my lesson for the day.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, me too.
This, like I said, you broke my brain a little bit, and that's why I love having these conversations. I talk all the time. Like, I talk about why I do this and who I do it for. And having conversations like this just feed me in a way that was needed. Like, this is for us, and I love it. So thank you for this.
Thank you.
My brain's going about 100. Like, I speak in draft. Like, you know this. I talk in draft. But I also have about 14,000 different things that are going on because in the process of making some changes. And this sounds really good. And Rebecca, should we talk? Do you want to talk about I forgot to do the green screen thing that I mentioned.
Oh, right. So I talked. Well, some people in the live, so they've probably heard me refer to it before.
Right.
But does meeting of the melanated minds, right? So I talked about this idea. I haven't seen it exist before, so I don't like labeling it. Like, I was like, production company, community space, public virtual space. But I made a TikTok for it, a TikTok account, a meeting of the melanated, and eventually, I think it's actually meeting melanated minds.
Yes.
I want to be able to host these types of conversations on something like that and just have us come together in a way that does not involve them, anybody speaking for what needs to happen there, and us just naturally come together. But the money part is hard. Right. Like we say, and we are filing for like official nonprofit status, but it is an NFP, so not for profit. So we love that, but if we can get that corporate, I would like to get that with the tax status. But if we want to see more things like this, what is needed is not a strike, an organization to talk to more white people about white people things. What we need is access to ourselves and our time. We need to be left alone sometimes, all the time from you guys. We need to be left alone so that we can heal. And then in that time, you can also be healing when you're not spending so much time managing the Black people you see. You don't have to manage everybody. They're good. We've been good. We are good. We are civilized beings, despite what you've been told. In fact, you could use some lessons. And I love that Tony had mentioned us talking about the financial compensation and I think you said fiscal justice, Tony, but like I've got my own issues with that. But like you said, I hate capitalism. I don't value the dollar. I value these conversations and I want to have more. However, if there are people out there who know people who have a lot of the dollars,
correct.
Meeting Melanated Minds has, we're gonna has its own bank account, all that stuff, because we need it unfettered. I don't feel like there's a place right now for unfettered access to for us to even have access to each other.
I love that. I love that idea. And I think that people should sponsor it because like when you sit down, it's very interesting to me, like whiteness will love like their painters of like these like the Greek Renaissance and everything, and I'm like, you do realize that those high mind thinking people and artists were actually sponsored, right? Like, and people never met them. Like, you know what? I think I'm gonna take care of Tchaikovsky because I believe in what they're doing, and like, there's plenty of out here for that. So I really fucking call that in for all of us because we are out here doing the Lord's work. Can I get an amen on this Saturday? And like, and I really hope, because like I've said that for the longest, is like I want a benefactor,
right?
Like I'm definitely
I don't want to have to worry about it.
I want a benefactor, and you can do that, and you should get that. Like I hold space that meeting of the Melanated Minds gets a benefactor, that somebody hears this, sees this somewhere, and says, you know what? The truth of the matter is I do believe that Black women will save the world, and I'm going to fucking put my money where my mouth is because they should be able to live in ease, sit down, have access to each other without the fucking disruption of white capitalism, and figure out how to save this fucking shithole country. So I hope that happens.
Yeah.
I'm here for that.
Somebody said where to donate. Rebecca, you want to answer that one?
So officially, you can definitely subscribe to our Patreons because overall, we still have to be operating individually. I want to make a big launch push for like that, but the account needs some followers before I can put a link tree to PayPal. The web work and all that stuff. I'm struggle with the work aspect of this. But so definitely if we support individually, then I can get in a better place financially to know where I'm gonna like live and stuff and to support this a little bit better because as a person also have
in the bio.
Right. Yeah. Can one of the mods in here go find the page? Find the page. It's Meeting Melanated Minds, right? You're gonna kick yourself. Don't open up TikTok. You're gonna kick yourself.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to do it. I was like, let me go. Okay.
You can't be open in two places. It's called Meeting Melanated Minds. If somebody can find that and pin it in here, okay, we've got that. Thank you, honey. That's really important. Like right now, the individual piece of it. So individually joining Patreons, donating to Desiree's class, tips help us for the content that we're still putting out. Ideally, what we want to do, and it's important to get this page shared out too. Let's get that page to 1,000 followers so that we can go live from that page. So then it can be more, we can start having more people like this. I think that this accidentally turned it into Rebecca and I hosting people, which I love. And it's fantastic. And it's a step into what's to come. So let's get that page to 1,000. Keep supporting creators, Black creators, Indigenous creators, people of color that you see individually so that we can be able to have time back. I've said that I'm trying to do the big corporate escape. I spent a week with Rebecca and now I'm almost packing up my apartment to move. Yeah. So if that gives you an indication as to how important I sent her a link to an apartment complex the other day.
But what I'm trying to is like, are you interested in living in Georgia?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
Love Georgia so much and would absolutely come visit. Do I want to live there? Not at all.
That's cool. I have a cottage in my backyard, so I was just checking.
It's really cute. I saw.
Hold on. Anyway, so
but definitely individually, and other people that you see that are like benefiting your life, that should be where we invest, not in the charitable organizations where you never see anything coming out of it. You know, as much as I want Portia out here, I'm in a somewhat precarious financial situation, but I'm hoping that like just things work out.
They will. They will.
You know, insurance ends in July, so I'm figuring. But
they're already working in your favor. It's happening.
That is true. That is true. We are. Look at this. This is happening. Like
it's happening. Like these are little steps, and I've said this before, and I've talked about this extensively. I keep saying it. Something is happening. There is a shift of something. I don't know what it is, but I feel it, and I feel it more and more every single day. And so relationships like this that we're getting to build on, having you here, having Tony here when we've had him here, expanding that out, having these minds that are so powerful, right? But being powerful because we want to be and not because we have to be. Right. And that's why something like this is so important. I really want you all to hear that right now, this power that you see from us, this resilience that you see from us, this strength that you see from us. Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, it's phenomenal. And yes, we are fucking incredible beings, but we do it because kind of we have to, in some senses. We want to do this. Desiree, you said it beautiful. We should be able to just live. We should be able to live restfully. We should be able to live in peace. We should be able to decide when we want to put that extra fight in, when we want to decide to show up in an extra way as opposed to just existing. And so this is how you can help it. This is what you can do. Let's make sure we can do this right now. There's so many moving parts, but this is something really fucking special. And this is a really beautiful moment. I love it.
I love it.
I want more of this, of this, more of these. Like I like the vibe of most. Well, I know the mods were heavy in this one because who knows? I know we got spicy in here, but be able to do this and in front of them and just be like, white people, blah 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 blah, and they can't do anything. Our ancestors are just plotting, as my Jewish ancestors.
Listen, that is something so real. And I think that we really, as Black people, don't appreciate, and I know we got to wrap this up, but there is a point that I want to come back in this, and like, I'm going to share the Melanated Minds page, because I want us to discuss about how white mediocrity is like celebrated whilst Black excellence is demanded as the bare minimum. And I'm going to leave you with a little anecdote. The other day, my husband and I were sitting down, and I follow the NAP ministry. I suggest everybody does on Instagram. She is amazing. And our kids were just playing, and they Black as fuck, right? But well, the little one is yellow like Rebecca, but Black as fuck, lightly melanated, hella Black, right?
There it is.
So like they're just like playing, and they're just like feral and playing in the dirt, and we were just sitting, and I grabbed a beer, and I was like, this right here is our ancestors' wildest dreams. Not us necessarily, not falling into white capitalism, not us becoming doctors and lawyers. We came from a land where we were medicine women and ancient practitioners. We didn't need a white man's paper to tell us a fucking thing. Super thankful for Black people that have made those accomplishments, but understand that you are watching them climb the fucking ladder of supremacy, which is the hardest thing to do in skin that's inescapable from suffering from supremacy. But energetically, because that's what it is for me, I sat there with my husband in my backyard, balding grass, and my kids digging in the mud. And I was like, right here in Georgia, where I am 45 minutes away from where my family was enslaved. Mm-hmm. We are our ancestors' wildest dreams, sitting in our home, having a beer, watching our babies play. So like, I just want us as Black people to keep that in mind too. Like we don't need to constantly strive for fucking excellence in this system that was never created for us to win it at all.
Right.
And for the white people that do listen, or even Black people that do listen, and you have the finances to support the people that want to do this work, because I support Black people that are like, nope, I'm not doing it. But if you have the ability to do that, like, you should do that. Like, because this is our ancestors' wildest dreams. Look at all of us. Look at the span of the diaspora, just sitting right here, gloriously Black, right here, healing, talking, connecting. That shit is magic, and it deserves to be supported. Like, if I did nothing fucking else,
it gave me chills.
Yeah,
we deserve.
So
okay,
for the people in here, because we're wrapping up. Because we're wrapping up, this is going to be the moment, mods, you can open it up for thank yous and everything. Desiree, this is like, I knew today was going to be phenomenal, and this took what I thought and what I hoped for and what I expected beyond that. And I cannot wait to do this with you again, because that statement that the mediocrity and the excellence, that's a whole other conversation that needs to be had beyond a video. And
I would love to have that talk.
Yeah, matter of fact, let's just go ahead and I'll do another group chat, and we'll schedule something else, and we'll get something set up, because this has been fantastic. Everybody that was here, thank you. For the ones that maintain the boundary that's set every time I have a live, every time I have a live. Thank you for maintaining that boundary. The moderators, you guys are phenomenal. Mods,
moderators in real life, white people, like, take cues from our moderators.
Turns out, a lot of our mods are white. Moderators, also, if you're in here, please, for the people that have been gifting us as well, moderators, you see the heavy lifting they do. This is 2 hours that we got to talk and not worry about what was happening over here. Make sure that you are thanking them as well. If y'all have anything in your bios, and if you don't, put something in there. Desiree, I love you. Rebecca, you know I love you so much. I miss you.
Both.
Can I come back?
Yeah, come back.
Does Fran miss me?
Fran does miss you.
No, Fran doesn't. Fran doesn't miss anything but Fran.
Come, Desiree, come. And then we can sit in my discovery zone.
Oh, and then one last thank you before we go. Thank you to everybody that was in here that sent gifts and tips while we were on vacation. I've been meaning to do a video, and I keep forgetting. But thank you. There were just great gifts given. A lot of what we did on vacation was because of y'all. So thank you. Like, truly. We would sit there, and it would just be a gift that was given, buying us drinks, buying us dinner. That beautiful dinner that y'all saw, that beautiful dinner that y'all saw. If you've seen on my video, there's 2 of them. That was thanks to y'all. So that is what we're talking about. Allow us to work and also rest.
And this is what you can do. It's beautiful. You can invest in more of this. Like, come on. More meeting melanated minds.
All right, babies. I love you. I'll put together a group chat later on, and let's set something up. Everybody else, have a good weekend.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.